Your show last week, and the entire time you were like this. Your head was on a swivel. No, you don't get a mic.
You know what's funny is I still had to recap those games.
Are you serious?
I didn't really pick it all up.
Spend that much time doing it, and you're still like you're only. Never mind.
30 seconds of silence.
It's raw, it's uncensored, it's live 24/7. It's chaoticradio.com.
If I were to say the Kinda Gaming Show, would that mean anything to you?
Welcome to the Kinda Gaming Show live on chaoticradio.com. I'm here with my usual dancing cohorts. Miguel!
I'm multiple people?
Yeah.
You're multiples.
Oh, okay.
You don't... I'm sorry, has no one ever explained to you osmosis?
Anyway, we also have...
Mike.
Yeah.
Konnichiwa. Ohayo gozaimasu.
It is not morning.
What? Konbanwa.
There you go.
All right, perfect. And we have the con man back there.
What up?
Oh man, you are super quiet.
Probably. I don't know. Is my mic good enough now?
Yeah, you sound good.
So.
I've made it a little closer.
Maybe he's just a low talker. You don't know.
You're a low talker.
Your mom's a low talker.
Not really. She's
Oh.
pretty loud.
That's fair. I don't know her at all. So
Yeah, I'm just
on a
letting you
personal
know.
level.
Yeah, you either are or you aren't, so it was a 50-50 chance. You
Yeah.
can't blame him for throwing it out there.
Yeah, you tried.
It's fair. Better odds in the casino, as they say.
Yeah.
So I'm glad to be back. You know, I got some things to banter about before we get into the show.
You sound so gruff.
I do like the one thing I like about having like a throat sickness is I finally get to know what it is to sound like Connor.
Yeah, you don't
Like-
sound quite like me.
No,
You
no,
sound
when
like you got some throat yogurt going on.
That's fair. But when I'm really sick, like I can actually sing down there. I think he
Miguel's
just made a
giving me a
splooge
look.
joke. Is that what he just did?
Yeah.
What?
Yes.
But why?
Anyway.
Why not?
Is that why you always ask for all of the anime girl games?
What?
Throat yogurt?
Sure. I mean, you can't really give anime girls throat yogurt, though. They're anime girls. They don't exist.
I mean,
Sadly.
they're... So that's the only thing that's stopping you.
Mike, you want to just like peace out?
No, he's like, I'm telling
I mean,
you.
it's the kind of gaming show. So I guess we're on track.
Fair enough.
Mike has been slowly, every week, regretting coming onto this show.
To be fair, like, you played an anime girl game.
I did, because I got
Oh,
that.
yeah.
I got that sent in from the studio to
I had
me.
me hastily make a thumbnail for it last night.
Yeah, it's called Gal Gun 2.
Yeah, Gal Gun. It's actually really popular in the Vita community.
Huh.
Of course it is. It's awful.
Damn.
Damn.
Is it actually?
Yeah,
Or,
I don't.
or do you
it's
just
not,
hate it?
It's not good.
Can you be objective? Is it awful or do you just hate it?
Objectively, like if I was going on a rating scale, I'd probably give it like a 3 or 4 out of 10.
Damn.
Like below average. Like it's not good. Like it's a light gun game where you use the sticks and you.
Oh, interesting.
That just sounds like a first-person shooter.
No, but it's a light gun game. It's a light gun game in the. You don't move at all. What I mean is like you click on a place and
So
then
it's an on-rails shooter.
no, it feels like a light gun game.
An on-rails shooter.
No, because you're not constantly moving. You go to a static screen where these people start running. These young anime women start running at you, and then you go to another static screen. You're not even on rails.
When they run at you and you shoot them.
You shoot them in their weak parts, and
they-
depending on when you. So basically, there's 4
What are
different
their
places
weak
you can
parts?
shoot.
Yeah, what are their weak parts?
Their face, their titties, their woman parts or their feet. And when
Huh.
you put your cursor over them, it'll tell you which one because it'll go all red.
Now, are they clothed, or is this one of those you can't stream it on Twitch games like genital jousting?
They are clothed. However, when you shoot them, they do go down on their knees because you're shooting them with your love.
A 3?
It's not the reason I play video games, Connor.
I'm just fucking around.
It's like I think I was probably the wrong person to review it or look into it, and Connor was also the wrong person to look into it and review it for opposite reasons.
Neko
Like-
Par 3, Game of the Year 2017.
Yeah, exactly. Like if they gave me an Xbox code, Mike would be the perfect person to review that.
Would I?
Yeah,
He's-
sure, why
you,
not?
You don't know which bias fence he leans on.
I guess that's true. How do you feel about anime girls?
I really have no thoughts on them.
See, perfect.
So,
Me and Mike are from Planet Neutral.
Planet neutral.
I have no
Other
strong
than-
feelings one way or the other.
Other than Sea of Thieves, he hates that game.
yeah.
Any updates on
do
that?
have
Have you
thoughts
tried
on
it
that.
again since then?
I have not. No.
Has your life gotten richer for it?
Well, I did actually. There is another update. I did. I deleted it from my Xbox for the second time. So
Wow.
Perfect.
So he's on the uptrend.
yeah,
Yeah, life's looking up.
and I'm getting sick and tired of the stupid YouTube commercials for it with Sean Astin.
Oh yeah.
I haven't seen
Like
I haven't seen it.
every other video I watch, it's him. I always wanted to be a pirate. Shut up.
Would that game benefit from being in VR?
No.
No, that wouldn't add any features to it.
You never know. I feel like Galgun would, benefit from being in VR.
It could.
No,
Really,
but that's
no.
what I'm saying. That doesn't solve any of the issues that.
Yeah. It could benefit from being
A good game.
Assassin's Creed Black Flag. Like
Sure.
that's just a better pirate game.
That's there's a game actually coming out that's basically that.
Oh god, yeah, I can't remember what the fuck it's called.
It's not called Black Sails.
I mean, personally, the best Pirates game was Pirates on the NES.
No, I think it is called Black Sails.
Is it?
Yeah.
Let me see.
I have a feeling those two have never played. Have you ever played Pirates on NES?
Yes.
I played
Oh,
it.
you have?
I played it on the Genesis, I want to say.
Okay. Very good game.
It's quite aight.
It's quite it.
Yes.
Yes.
Perfect. That's the English language. All right. So, being sick, I've put about 30, 35 hours into MLB 18 the show since I've been sick. I could have used that time to do something productive. I could have used that time to,
Right.
Skulls
music.
and Bones.
write music. I could have done that. Use
Skulls
that
and
time
Bones.
to.
That's what it was called.
Yeah.
Oh.
Skull
No.
and Bones.
Really?
That's like the most
Doesn't sound familiar.
generic.
Yeah,
Like that's
no,
like Pirate Name 1.
that was the other pirate game announced last E3. That was not
Sea of Thieves.
Sea of Thieves. Yeah, and they're using most of the engine and whatnot from Black Flag.
There we go.
So
All right, so today what we have in terms of show is Connor is going to be talking about some Nindies, I
Ye-
believe.
yeah.
He has at least 2 or 3.
I don't know if is that newer one you gave me off of embargo. Are we good to talk about?
Baffle?
No, the Heart of Castle of Heart.
Yeah,
Okay, yeah. Then I have 3 games.
3. Miguel has 1. I figure since you said you're halfway through the game, you're
I can
comfortable
talk
talking about it.
Sure. I've only put like 3 or 4 hours into it. I didn't check.
For
I can
the-
check right now.
I've heard the game is only 7 hours long. So
Yeah. I'm about halfway through.
yeah, we also are going to be having Brian from Fordo Coffee. He's going to be calling in to the studio for some gamer eats drinks, I guess.
Nice.
Mike just gave me the shifty eyes like, what are you doing?
Well, I just trying to think of clever ways to shorten that.
Gamer eats?
Gamer drinks.
Gamer
Ginks.
drinks? Ginks?
Watch out.
That's not, I don't think that's going to catch on.
Ginks? No, I like it. Our friends over at Unrivaled Games are opening up a bar and grill up in San Francisco where you just play board games. That's like the gimmick of it. And I should tell them to name their drinks Ginks.
Ginks.
Grinks.
No, you'll end our partnership.
If it had ginkgo in it, then maybe.
What is Ginkgo?
Ginkgo, it's not a supplement, but a
Yeah, you can call it a
Herb?
supplement. Yeah, it's
I
an
think it's an
herbal
herb.
supplement type thing. It's like ginseng.
Okay. So I couldn't drink it.
Why?
Oh, talk about it later. It's fine.
Can't. What?
Don't worry about it.
All right.
Worry about it. Also, since I've been gone, the Witchwood expansion has come out for Hearthstone. I know you guys touched on it last week.
Yep.
Mike doesn't give a shit,
Oh man.
and Connor plays a little bit.
They deleted my save.
Oh,
Both him and Spencer lost all their like cards and everything.
Yeah, I actually logged in every like couple of months, like to get my like free packs that they would randomly give on Blizzard app and stuff.
sure.
And then like I swear the last time I logged in was like 3 months ago, and then I signed in with this thing and it was like fucking gone, all cards, everything. I was like, wow, that makes me even
Less likely to
less
play.
obligated to play. Yeah.
Your interest was at like 5%. Now it's down to nothing.
Yeah, I mean, I played a ton when I was playing it. I was like doing it every day and whatnot, and then
Yeah.
I just was not getting good pulls, and I said fuck it and stopped playing. And then it was like, oh, okay, here's this new thing. They give you a legendary, and it might be cool. And then it was like, oh, all your cards are gone.
Yeah, see, they've been taking a lot of steps towards making it more new user friendly between just getting really legendaries just for logging in.
Oh my god, the tutorial's terrible.
Oh yeah, I know, it's really bad.
It teaches you to the wrong way to play.
It's bad. Like, I've gone back and played it, and when I first started playing it, I thought it was fine. Like, it was a good interactive way to play it. But now knowing how to play and going back and doing it again, I'm like, this is
Because they made a new
not
tutorial
good.
since.
Oh, have they?
Yeah, and it's even worse. Like, they basically tell you to go for face, like all the time.
So I mean, that's not
But are
wrong.
they-
But there's like moments where you totally should be doing board control.
Trades.
Yeah, and it's like it's so like ridiculous when you're doing it.
But are they teaching you to play in a way that encourages you to spend money? Because then that makes sense from their standpoint, I guess.
Right? They teach you to go to face all the time. You're like, man, why am I always losing?
Yeah, they just
Buy
they
more
just complain
cards.
about your cards. They're like, man, these cards fucking blow.
That's Mike, I think you're onto something.
Got it. He's the man with the plan.
Blizzard is so much smarter than all of us. I've been trying to get Jeff Kaplan on the show.
Oh, that'd be so fucking cool.
Yeah, he's a hard person to reach.
Is he?
Yeah, well, it's funny. I'm sure a lot of people have tried this, but when you call Blizzard headquarters, sorry, Deckard Cain answers from Diablo, and he's their like directory person. He's like, press 1 to do this. If you know your extension, press that.
Hang up to fuck off.
Yeah, exactly. So it's just like, if you know the name of the person you're trying to contact, say it now. And I click that button and go, say the name. I'm just like, Jeff Kaplan. And it goes, no user found under that. Ben Brode, no user found under that. And they're like, okay, they know. People are probably just trying to call to talk to the famous people who work there.
Yeah. Find out the name of his secretary.
Right? There you go. I'm sure that's not that hard.
You just need to launch a YouTube channel that talks about nothing but Overwatch and gain hundreds of thousands of views, and then they will pay attention.
Yeah, we could do that in a couple weeks, right?
Yeah. Oh, that sounds good. How much does it cost to buy 100,000 YouTube subscribers?
About tree fitty.
$350.
However much it costs to develop a bot that makes accounts.
There you go. See? Now you're thinking with
Perfect.
technology.
I mean, you could do that, Miguel, right? You're going to school for game design. That's only
He
like
doesn't know programming.
Yeah, same thing, right?
yeah, same thing.
He's going for the for like the visual design aspect of it all.
Oh,
I think
okay.
I'm trying to be a
So
generalist.
you can make
but
a tree.
yeah.
I mean, yeah. I think he's my cousin Danny. He worked. I think I told you about this. He worked on the new Tomb Raider games.
Oh,
He's
yeah.
worked on the God of War games that were on PSP. I believe he's going to be working on the new Tomb Raider game that's coming out.
Nifty.
Actually, has that even been announced yet? Sorry, Danny, if I just got you in trouble.
Oh boy. Too bad we don't have lag and we can't just censor what you said.
Yeah.
Bum, bum, bum.
Well, had you said his name before you apologized? Because that just made it worse, I think.
Yeah, he did.
Okay.
Yeah.
Just
Yeah,
making
no,
sure.
right? No, I don't think it's an issue. Everyone,
What's his last name?
What's your last name?
we have. No, I'm not gonna say anything else on this subject.
All right.
That like tomorrow over at Crystal Dynamics, they're like, Danny, please come in. Like, there's gonna be 4 guys that are gonna walk into the office. Danny. Yes. Sorry, I'm
Well-
done with that skit now.
Now what we have to do is to like to totally run on like rumors and everything, and like just grab the name of some like low end dev on Teams and be like,
Yeah.
oh yeah, so my buddy, and then like I don't know, Dave was telling me about the new Animal Crossing game, and there's no new Animal Crossing game announced, and then it's like oh shit, and then they're like, fucking Dave, and then they get all mad and it like blows up on the fucking internet, and it's like, ha, we did it.
Right?
We just need to start doing that with like every series. Just like find a low dev
Yeah, exactly.
and then say, yeah, they told me about it.
Miguel's brother Carlos is actually working on the Witcher 4 right now at City Project Red.
Well, they're working on Cyberpunk.
Why would you
2099?
go with someone so close? I don't have a brother named Carlos.
Yeah, right. You have to go with like with just a friend from college or something.
A friend from college.
Yeah.
Someone you met in a bar.
Oh, I don't bar thing. So
No one
my
hates
friend.
Also, who's
bars.
going to believe Andrew went to college? I mean, come on.
Oh, screw you, buddy.
Sorry.
My work friend Arsene is currently working on Super Smash
Wait, is
Brothers
this real?
5.
Oh.
Well, they've already announced Super Smash Bros.
She's working on the Goku character.
The Goku, Mr. Goku,
Mr. Sun, isn't it? His last name is Sun, right? Sun or
Son
Sun?
Goku. Yeah.
So, oh, I'm sorry. So he'd technically be Mr. Goku.
Yeah.
Okay.
No, Mr. Son.
Yeah.
Because that's the common name. It's Son Gohan.
Yeah.
Goku.
Son is the last name. They do it backwards in Japan,
Yep.
or we do it backwards in their eyes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, we do a lot of things backwards just for the sake of doing it different.
Well,
Right.
technically, they're like Western society all does
We're-
it the way we do it, but yeah.
I mean, aren't we the only ones that use miles? Doesn't like the rest of
No.
the world use kilometers?
No, there's like 7 places
Or
that
like
use miles.
we use Fahrenheit and everyone else use Celsius?
Out of like 219 countries or
I
whatever.
think there's only two other ones. It's
What,
like
that do
it's
miles?
like Papua New Guinea, us, and like one other one.
No, I've looked this up before. It's you can count them on your hands
Why
though.
would you look? You're just
Because we've had this discussion before for some reason.
you and I have.
Not you and I. I think me and Connor were talking about it one time online, and I was like, "No, there's like fucking 7, and that's it.
Okay.
Not many, but it's more than one. We're not alone in this world."
Does anyone else use Fahrenheit?
Don't know. I don't think I looked that one up.
Everyone else has used Celsius.
Or Kelvin? No, I guess that Kelvin is for scientific shit, right?
I have no idea.
Oh, okay.
What's a Kelvin? I know a Kelvin. I went to college with him.
You never heard of Kelvin? It's another.
Kelvin.
Wow. Okay. Keenan and Kel.
Okay, so the only
show's
countries
going
not
off the
using
rails.
the only countries not using the metric system are Liberia, Myanmar, and the United States.
3?
Yeah, I told you it's 3.
Wasn't
So,
it one? You said 2. Oh, you said 2 others.
Yeah.
Kelvin is a base unit of thermodynamic temperature equal to the magnitude to the degree of Celsius.
Perfect. Yeah, I went to college with that guy. He was really warming up when I left.
Wonderful.
Oh, I know. Thank you.
Oh boy.
Oh, so some follow up on since we're bantering. I think we're gonna banter until Brian gets on. And then
yeah.
After the interview, we can get into our subjects
and
for the
shit.
day. I like the idea of bantering before the big show.
The big show.
Speaking of the big show, wrestling.
Right.
So we and Miguel watched WrestleMania. It was
My
5
condolences.
hours long. It was right, and it was long for me, and I'm a wrestling fan. I couldn't imagine how like tired Miguel was by like hour 3.
Fucking the
If it makes you feel
Undertaker
any
again.
better, Miguel, like the wrestlers, there was an article that came out. They were all complaining about the length. Even the people who were in it were like, "No, this is a bit redundant."
And also,
How long was it?
In
hours?
total, if you include the pre-show, which we didn't watch, it was 7 hours long.
Fuck.
It's a lot of wrestling.
That's yeah.
And Miguel only watched actually 4 hours of it because you came late, and he was still by the end. He was just like, "Let's get the fuck out of here. This is enough wrestling until next year's WrestleMania."
What about the Summer Slam?
maybe beyond.
The only two wrestling
about a
events
Fango?
every year I like drag my friends to watch are WrestleMania and the Royal Rumble.
Not the Summer
'Cause-
Slam.
No, because the Royal Rumble is fun. Like
Yeah, Royal
there's
Rumbles is
30
huge.
people.
Yeah.
There's a lot of like
Battle
comebacks.
Royale.
Exactly. Like if WrestleMania just wasn't like 2 weeks ago, they're doing this thing called the Greatest Rumble. They're going to Saudi Arabia for the first time, and they're doing a Royal Rumble with 50 people in it, which is the biggest one in history. But like, I think I would have a hard time convincing my friends after I just put them through 5 hours of wrestling of watching another wrestling event so soon.
Yeah. What was that one you were showing Cody and I that we thought was like some random YouTube shit, and we're like, this
Oh.
is actual WWE.
It,
What
it
the
was
fuck?
called the. It was called the. Something like the Ultimate Deletion. Matt Hardy, who was big back in the day. He went crazy essentially. Started doing drugs. It seems like.
Yeah.
He calls himself Woken because he's above everybody else. He's Woken Matt Hardy.
Yeah.
And it's ridiculous. You know, they're flying drones over each other. They're like,
It seemed like a Halloween special, but it was filmed in like March.
yeah. So like they're shooting fireworks at each other. They're attacking each other with drones.
They were fighting in a graveyard.
Yeah. There was some Benny Hill type stuff going on.
There was like a dark lake and like someone coming out of
That's
the water.
the Lake of Reincarnation. That's what they call it.
Yeah, everything
right
looks
next to their
so-
boat named Skarsgård.
And like the way it was filmed, it just seemed like some YouTube thing. And I was like, and then you were like, no, this was
This was not only was that
this
on
is
Raw,
Raw.
but it was
Yeah.
the main event of
Yeah,
Raw.
you're like, no, this is Raw, and we're like, what?
Yeah, Matt Hardy. Who have you ever been into wrestling, Mike? In like maybe when you were
Yeah,
a
when I was
kid?
like 5 or something.
Five. I don't. I guess I'll ask. Who was popular when you were watching? Like, was that Hulk Hogan era?
Yeah, the Hulkster baby.
Hulkster. Okay. Man,
How fucking old are you?
I'm pretty old.
Jesus.
Old enough.
Yeah,
Hulk, I mean,
it was like
to
the
be
Hulk,
fair,
the Ultimate Warrior.
All right, because I was like, there was also a
Macho
second.
Man.
There was like a second age of Hulk Hogan.
Hulk Hogan-
with
No,
NWO.
no, no, no. I'm
But you're
like
talking
the
about original, yeah.
when he was good,
Yeah.
because Hulk Hogan didn't stop wrestling until like 4 or 5 years ago.
Yeah, I was gonna say, what's funny is because like he was saying, yeah, when I was a kid, I was watching. It's like, yeah, technically, I was watching him too when he was
Yeah,
with
same.
NWO.
Yeah, but he
And
wasn't the guy.
Yeah,
He still wanted to
fucking
be the
Hollywood
guy.
Hulk.
Yeah, this
Yeah.
was before that. This was before he started doing all his like Suburban Commando and his shitty movies.
No need to sugarcoat it; they were pretty bad.
Man, it's very few wrestlers have gone into mainstream media and have done well. The Rock.
It's pretty much the only one.
Yeah, John Cena's
John Cena's
okay.
doing pretty good.
Eh.
He's appearing in comedies and shit. Pretty good.
There was a movie that
Have you,
he
have
came
you
out.
seen any of his movies?
Yeah.
What the fuck was that one called where he's the drug dealer?
Oh, I haven't. I've heard he was good. in
Oh,
that.
right, but he was in bad ones before. The Marine, right?
I don't. Okay, so I don't count those. The only reason why is because not those are like WWE produced movies, and their writers suck.
If they're not made by WWE,
Yeah,
it's
exactly.
Like he's fine. Yeah, if he actually has competent writers and
there,
everything.
there was a movie that came out with him in it that I was really interested in. It would either be like really bad or really good. Basically, there's a sniper, and they're behind this tiny wall, and that's the entire movie. Is
Sounds like
they're
Full Metal
they're
Jacket.
they're trapped behind this wall.
Yeah,
and it's
that is
John
like
Cena
40
and
minutes
another
of Full Metal
Marine
Jacket.
and a sniper, and they can't move because
Oh.
they'll die.
Yeah, what the fuck was that called
I think
again?
it's just called The Wall.
Yeah, that's it.
That looks really good. Like that looks like it's either a movie that's gonna be boring as hell, or if it's done well, like it'll be really gripping. And I don't know how because that's not a comedic role, and most of the stuff John Cena's been in has been like comedies, like Blockers, which is coming out this weekend.
That reminds me.
tutorial.
Speaking about
Oh, is it?
comedians in like legit movies. I mean, Jim Carrey's done he did what was it, number 23?
Yeah.
But like he's got a new movie coming out though, where it's like
Jim Carrey does?
Yeah, it's like super fucking serious. He's got a beard and a bald head.
It's
Looking
kind of
looking like Max Payne. And
There was
shit.
that movie we got invited to that you went to with Vince Vaughn in it.
Oh, yeah.
The
so-
Yard.
Brawl on Cell Block
99. He was saying that Vince Vaughn like had 0 Vince Vaughnisms in it.
Oh, man, it was weird.
Not
I liked
Vince
it.
Vaughn.
Have you heard of that one?
I haven't no.
No, it flew pretty under the radar.
Like Vince Vaughn, like he has no hair, he has tattoos, and he's just like this badass, like gangster basically.
He's like Mike from Breaking Bad in that movie.
Interesting.
yeah, and I love it actually when comedic actors go outside of that. I've heard that the new movie, A Quiet Place with John Krasinski. Krasinski. My apologies. I've heard that's really good.
Yeah, I
And
heard so too.
he's a guy who's known for comedy.
He also directed it and co-wrote it, I think.
Good for him.
Yeah.
Yeah, it seems like he's getting into filmmaking right now, and that's why he's doing serious stuff.
Do you think that was at all inspired by the guy who did Get Out? I can't remember
Yes.
if that's
Yes, absolutely. That's
Key or
Jordan
Peele.
Peele.
Jordan Peele.
Okay, thank you.
Yeah, absolutely. John Krasinski says as much. He says that, and what? You've got the actual video playing on it.
No, that's actually just in the song.
Oh, is it?
Yeah.
Oh, I didn't know that.
That was so weird. It's just like I'm hearing voices in my head again.
Yeah, Yeah, maybe we should stick to instrumental music.
Maybe.
Or at least not something where the vocal is like so in the front. I don't know.
This has been playing for 3 minutes.
Yeah.
It wasn't until the weird gibberish
Yeah.
part started, and it was like, wait, what?
Yeah, like it's been playing. You just now noticed it.
Anyway.
Play the Tron Legacy soundtrack by Daft Punk. It's really good.
What the fuck was I saying?
Talking about the
John Krasinski has said as much as Get Out and what was it called? Don't Breathe were basically like what he was inspired by.
sure.
Oh boy.
Yeah, like there's even like I know this is obviously not the first time, but like the first time I remember a very comedic actor going into a serious role was when Owen Wilson did Behind Enemy Lines.
Yeah, I think that's the one.
Yeah, very good movie. And he hasn't
But I mean, Vince Vaughn has done serious roles before.
like Psycho.
Psycho, The Cell. I think what is it called? Clay Pigeons. I think was also. He's done a number of, and then what? He was in one of the seasons of True Detective. I think season 2,
Okay.
which is a very serious thing. But people just don't like to see him like that, I guess. So
I mean, I can see that. Like, I really like Vince Vaughn in Dodgeball, Wedding Crashers. You know, I wonder if he's just doing more serious stuff now, and that's why you don't really see him anymore. Because Vince Vaughn, the serious actor, isn't as marketable as Vince Vaughn, the funny guy.
Probably.
maybe, yeah.
People just think Dodgeball when they see him. Or Wedding Crashers.
Probably Wedding Crashers. I feel like Wedding Crashers
Depends
is probably the
depends
bigger
on your
movie.
age when those movies came out.
I mean, one came in 05, the other one came in 07, right?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like for me, for example, I didn't even watch Wedding Crashers.
I didn't either. I think of Dodgeball.
Yeah, I think of Dodgeball also, but like,
That's what I'm saying. It's a
What?
generational thing.
so now I'm curious because you aged yourself earlier with the Hulk Hogan. When you think of Vince Vaughn, do you think of also comedic like Dodgeball Vince Vaughn? Like
Yeah, I think like Swingers.
Swingers?
No, I'm kidding.
I was like, what the?
For me, I've seen Wedding Crashers, but Dodgeball is one of my favorite movies. I think I saw it like 9 times in the theater.
Hey.
Got us up. We got it.
Oh, we can actually hear that.
All right, so I do believe that is the phone line. You know what that means?
Yeah.
There's a phone call. Oh,
Why is that already over here?
oh, what is happening?
Mute the
Go ahead
phone.
and mute the phone.
Mute the phone. There you go. There you go, buddy.
Why?
For some reason, they hung up. I was just pulling them up.
They're still on my end.
No, that's just it connected, but they were doing. Hello? Yeah, see? They're not there. Just drop that one. Have them call
All
again.
right.
I'm just going to patch them right in when you'll see it too. You can just patch them in.
Yep.
All right then.
That was
That happened.
That was disruptive.
a little bit.
I peed a little.
Did you?
No.
I mean, we did kind of mention
Go ahead
before.
and
All right, I'm
patch
gonna
'em
go.
in.
I'm gonna try to patch them in. All right, let's try this again. Hello, you are live with the Chaotic. I was gonna say the Chaotic Radio. Wow, you're live with the Chaotic Radio. You're live with the Kind of Gaming Show. Is this Brian?
Yes, this is Brian.
Hey, how are you doing, my friend?
I'm doing great. Thanks for having me.
Yeah, absolutely.
He's like, oh man, a lot's changed in the past hour.
Right? He's like, in the last hour, he's like, I completely regret doing this. You ain't getting no coffee.
Damn.
No,
It's been a good show so far. I'm enjoying the banter.
Oh, good.
thank you. Finally, I whenever we don't talk about games, I always call this the Seinfeld of gaming shows, where we just talk about
kinda.
nothing.
Kinda. That's
The kind of gaming show.
yeah. That's why it's in the title.
To be honest, I would probably feel like
Yeah.
maybe one show out of every 2 months we just don't talk about games at all.
Right. This is our Seinfeld hour since we have a coffee company.
Yeah,
That-
but it's
Oh, that
already-
makes so much sense.
There you go.
So, Brian, what? Why don't you tell everybody who you are and introduce yourself for our audience, my friend?
Yeah, for sure. So my name is Brian, and I am with Forto Organic Coffee Sense. So basically, what is a Forto Organic Coffee Shot? It's a 2-ounce ready-to-drink shot that's got all the energy of a large cup of coffee packed into that 2 ounces. So we do that. We use more beans. We brew them longer than regular coffee. So it actually creates a really smooth but high-energy cold brew. So really the way that I look at it is, when you drink a cup of coffee to get the energy, sometimes it takes you, 20, 30 minutes, if not longer. And when you're doing that, all the caffeine, takes a longer time to hit your bloodstream. When you're taking a 2-ounce shot of coffee and you're getting the same amount of caffeine as that larger cup in such a short amount of time, it kicks in way faster, and you can actually feel it. We call it the Forto feeling.
Nice.
That sounds like the vodka of coffee.
You know what? It's exactly the way we say it. Like, if you drink to get drunk, you take shots. And if you want to get energy really quickly, you take Forto coffee.
All right, that's good marketing. I like that.
That works out.
Yeah, I'm going to give you credit for it.
Oh, okay, cool. Yeah. Oh,
Right, tomorrow you're gonna go on their website and that's gonna be their new like slogan. It's gonna be Dash Miguel.
yeah. Like
The
all my
vodka of
info
coffee.
and shit. Like how the fuck? No, yeah.
So how did you guys come up with Forto Coffee? What made you guys want to do this? Because it maybe just is my the stores I go to, but before I saw Forto, I never really saw a coffee energy shot. I always saw the 5-hour energies or the different things along those lines.
Yeah, for sure. It's a pretty interesting story. So our founder, Neil Premkumar, is a father of twin daughters. And prior to Forto being created, we were based out of Manhattan. And you guys can imagine it's a pretty hectic work schedule. And the job that he had before creating Forto was pretty demanding. He was on the road a lot. But when he got home, he was really just concerned about, being burnt out when he was getting to his family. And, he was basically consuming any energy product he could find, anything he could get his hands onto. And he just kind of realized that a lot of them were, synthetically produced and really just gave him this awful crash afterwards. So he started doing some research, and he really found there was nothing like Forto out there. And his biggest mantra was that he wanted to create something that you were able to get wholesome, quick energy on the go from that came from a trusted source. And I think when you think of caffeine and something that you're comfortable with, coffee is the first thing that comes to mind. So he was basically able to, take that model of, an energy shot, use coffee to give you that, that buzz or that high that you get, and do it in a really compact way so that, again, you were able to get that energy really quickly.
Now, can you speak to the flavor of Forto? Because as a man who has tried things like 5-hour energy and discovered they taste like ass, does your product have like a genuine coffee flavor?
Yes, yeah, I can tell you right now, we do not have a 5-hour flavor. When we set out to do this, it was really all about creating something that, you weren't going to sacrifice the flavor that you got from a coffee made by a barista at your local coffee shop. So what you're going to find is typically what you would see in any, either convenience store aisle or in a coffee shop. So it comes in, actually, we have 6 flavors that we sell currently. And there's 2 versions, 100 milligrams of caffeine, which is the equivalent of 1 cup of coffee. And we have a 200 milligram version, which is the equivalent of 2 cups of coffee. And within those, we have a pure black, which is just the straight cold brew coffee. We also have a vanilla latte. And then my personal favorite of the 100 milligrams is a Hershey's chocolate latte. It's amazing. It tastes like you're drinking a liquid Hershey's Kiss. Not even joking. And it also gives you a caffeine boost. So I think it kind of sells itself, but it's definitely the one that I find myself drinking most days. On the 200 milligram version, we have a chocolate latte, we have a vanilla latte, and then we have a sweetened black. So it doesn't have any milk in it, but it does have a little bit of sugar to give it a bit of a sweeter taste, but also great for people that, have a lactose intolerance.
Wow. And so is that 100 milligrams in an ounce? Or what's the amount?
Yeah, so it's a great question. I mean, it basically is. I mean, if you think about it, in the 2-ounce format, it's either 50 milligrams an ounce or 100 milligrams an ounce. So,
wow.
We're giving you all the energy you need, but with not all that excess liquid.
Yeah,
so it's definitely more of a functional beverage, but it tastes good too.
That 100 per ounce, that puts espresso to shame, actually. That's nice. Dang.
Yeah, for sure.
I think everyone here, I've had Forto. I don't know if my co-hosts have ever had it, but I know they're very much looking forward to trying it. I know, Mike, you said you specifically asked, you're like, does it taste good? And he said yes, so now you have to drink it.
Yeah, I have to.
I
Yeah.
love coffee.
You're
so I'm
legally
excited.
obligated. And
Well, when you describe something that it tastes like a liquid Hershey's Kiss, how can you say no?
Yeah,
Right?
right.
Right.
guess that's
I don't
fine.
know. I don't know how you could.
Yeah.
So, what is the price point for a Forto coffee shot?
So it's going to be, pretty much line priced with some of your other like energy products you would see in a convenience store. So anywhere between like $2.79 to $2.99. If you do buy it online, it's a little bit cheaper. It goes for about $2.50 a bottle. So again, very much similar to, other products in the market. But obviously we feel like ours is unique and kind of worth it.
It's actually already cheaper than the larger available options for all the other energy products.
Yeah. Most of the energy products out here, even the shots in California, are like $3.99 for a 5 hour. So, sounds good. Excuse me. Like I said, I'm
That's just
getting
more
over a
money.
cold. So,
What? Did you have something?
I had something and then I
Oh,
coughed
no, I didn't
and
want to
then
cut you guys off. I was,
Oh no,
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 was
Andrew,
gonna make a
Andrew,
really-
Andrew goes so, and he just stares at his
Right,
mic
no.
for like 10 seconds.
I
Well, I like to
coughed
say,
and
like,
then
I wish I had some of that right now because,
Yeah.
like, I'm drinking carbonated yak piss essentially to get energy.
I was gonna say it's too bad you didn't need a shot of energy like later on.
Yeah, right.
Right, next week, you're gonna see our engineer Connor back there with just
5 of them. No, that'd probably be bad.
Kill
but
yourself?
yeah, I'm assuming that would give a caffeine overdose. But either way, yeah, one will probably do more than enough.
probably. All right, so where can people
That's what I was gonna ask. What's availability like? Because I've honestly never seen it.
Yeah, so we're available in just over 40,000 stores nationwide. Fortocoffee.com, Forto coffee.com is probably the easiest place where you guys can just go online. There's a store locator. You type in your address, and it'll give you the 10 closest locations for you. But, you'll see us in, a lot of the drugstores out there, convenience stores. I'm thinking of like LA, for example,
Okay.
and California. You've got 7-Eleven, Ralph's, a lot of those different stores, Rite Aid. You guys should definitely be able to see it.
Actually, I
find it,
recognize the
but that's
packaging
store
now
located.
that I see it. Yeah,
Nice.
I've glanced over it before. I have not actually. Yeah. As soon as you see an image of it, Miguel, you'll probably be like, "I know that shit."
Oh yeah, maybe. Here, I'll Google it real quick.
That's the good stuff.
that's the good stuff.
You can get it on Amazon, so that's super convenient.
Where can people follow you guys in terms of social media? Go ahead and give yourself a plug.
Absolutely. So I would say we're most active on Instagram, and it's just like our website. It's at Forto Coffee, and the same would be for Twitter. And then you can just search for us on Facebook. Forto Coffee Shots, and you guys will see us there.
All right, perfect. Before you go, my friend, this is the kind of gaming show. I have to ask, completely aside from all of the beautiful coffee talk, are you a gamer? If so, what are some of the stuff you like to play, or did you play when you were younger?
I am definitely a gamer. I would say, now I only probably play a few times a month, if not, maybe
Busy
once
man.
a week if I'm lucky. Obviously, with a wife and a job and all that kind of stuff, it makes it hard. But I definitely get my gaming in. I'm a big Madden guy, so it's in the off season right now, so it's a little bit tough. Andrew, I heard you were playing MLB The Show. I'd love to know how that is. When it comes to like other games, definitely a retro kind of old school guy. Like I grew up playing Nintendo and Sega, so like I think of all of those games. Like NBA Jam was awesome. The Turtles
NBA
arcade game was probably my favorite. I remember just me and my friends playing that all the time, and just not being very good at it. But yeah, I mean, a lot of time spent on video games. Not as much now as I'd like, but definitely still a fan and keep up with it.
That's
Well,
the struggle.
Obviously, in the wee hours of the night when you can game, you need to drink a Forto coffee shot so you can stay up and play.
Yeah, I mean,
Just
hey,
sacrifice more
the
sleep.
wife is
Yeah.
asleep. I'm wide awake. I took a Forto a little bit earlier. The wife's asleep. I may plug it in and get some games in before I head to bed.
There you go.
See, some advice probably Connor would give you is a man who is busy as yourself. you should probably get a Nintendo Switch. You could
Yeah.
carry that all over with you, and then you could not sacrifice, playing like on a regular handheld. You could play Madden or FIFA or whatever
Yeah,
floats your
exactly.
boat.
They've got FIFA on there. They're supposed to have Call of Duty this year on there. All the real deal stuff's going on.
Yeah, exactly.
All the mainstream.
That's awesome. Does it now with that? Can you play Mario Kart?
Yeah, of course you can play Mario Kart.
Oh yeah, definitely. Yeah,
That-
it's got a deluxe Mario Kart on there, so it's got all the DLC for the newest Mario Kart built in, right from the get go. It's awesome. Me and my buddies play it.
Nice. Well, hopefully you're sponsored by Nintendo Switch because you just did a good job for them.
Yeah, right, man.
Exactly. We're working on it,
That's the goal.
right? Someday.
Let me know what I can do. I'll write a letter.
All right, perfect. Thank you so
We're
much.
making connections.
Exactly.
I love it.
We got
All
that
right.
Forto weight.
Yeah, exactly. Thank you so much for coming on, Brian. We really appreciate it.
Yeah, guys, thank you so much. Great show. Thanks for having me, and looking forward to, not just Andrew having our Forto coffee. It'll be there soon.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
I'm looking forward to it. I
Every-
don't even drink coffee.
Everybody on the show, our morning show in particular, I was just told by our studio manager beforehand, they drank about 12 cups of coffee the other day. So I'm assuming they're going to very much enjoy the fact that we're going to have Forto coffee here.
The real, yeah, good stuff.
Exactly.
Nice. I like it. And I'm going to need to probably now that I know this, send another batch of reinforcements very quickly after this one arrives.
Thank you so much, man. You have a good night, okay?
Yeah, cheers, guys. Enjoy, and I'll be listening. Thanks.
All right,
Thank
sounds
you.
good.
You have a good one.
Well, if he's still listening, I have ideas. Okay, when the Forto arrives, we need to have a pairing event, right? We sample each flavor and we decide which video game genre it pairs best with. Like it's a wine and a steak.
Yeah,
You know what I mean?
I love that, actually.
Like which Forto
Okay.
pairs best with a
Like-
first-person shooter? You know what I
yeah,
mean?
like you don't want to sit there and be sipping chocolate when you're like sniping people as Widowmaker. You want to get
Yeah.
amped up and get going.
yeah.
Okay.
I like that. If you were here for next week's show, I would say yes. Because next week you are doing your event.
Yes, I will be at the Infinity War, like partaking in the war itself.
Yeah.
Oh wow.
So-
Good luck. Don't die.
I can't promise that, but
Have you seen Thanos?
Thanos is a big dude.
yeah, he works out.
He's a thick boy. I'm excited for Infinity War. But yeah,
I think it looks like it'll be fun. I mean, like I've it's been hit or miss for me on Marvel movies, but I mean, come on, there's too much for this to like not be cool, at least
right.
at looking wise.
Before we completely move on, again, I just want to say thank you to Brian, thank you to Forto Coffee for coming on the show and being a really cool dude.
Mm-hmm.
It's a really cool that a company like them wants to partner with us.
Yeah.
Gaming and energy go hand in hand, and personally, I prefer the taste of an iced, flavored coffee over most energy drinks.
Yeah.
So I'm really excited. All right. Now, if you want, we can talk about Marvel Infinity War. I feel like we're going to be cutting in on Mike's show a little bit on the Jack of All Nerds show.
Well, we're not going to be talking about Infinity
not-
War until like a week after it comes out. So
So this is contemplation. Yeah, he's gonna do
Who's going to die, Mike?
everybody,
Dude, Spider-Man's dying.
That's exactly what I said.
Spider-Man's dying.
I told
because-
Mike Spider-Man is dying. A dinner
unfortunately,
detective.
that's not happening.
I think so because it's like a partnership licensing thing.
His,
So
his sequel is scheduled for after the film.
Yeah, but they
so-
acquired FX.
no.
They got
Not
the
FX
movies.
Fox.
Sony owns Spider-Man.
Oh, that's right. That's right.
But
My
they
bad.
still have a contract in place, and there is another Spider-Man Marvel
Yeah, it
Disney
could-
movie
they
coming
could,
out
uh,
after Infinity
is
War.
that-
They
Is
could
the,
move it
uh,
over to more Miles Morales.
Yeah, I was about to say this might be a dumb question, but they have the animated Miles Morales movie
but that
coming
has,
out.
noth-
Is that it?
has nothing to do with the MCU. No, I'm talking about the actual Tom Holland
MCU?
Spider-Man
Okay.
Wasn't
sequel.
I didn't actually see Homecoming. Wasn't Miles featured in that?
No,
Oh, okay.
No, Donald Glover was just in it, and people wanted him to be Miles
Oh, okay.
Morales.
but the character he plays is like the uncle of Miles Morales in the comics. Like they- so
So there was some.
so there,
there's
there's
a
hints
nod.
at it. Yeah, there's a
a nod.
nod there.
It's the Spider-Man game coming out on PS4 later this year that Miles Morales was totally like shown.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, they're like, Miles, come over, and he's
They're
like,
doing
I'll
some,
be
like-
right there.
Crossover
Yeah.
business.
That comes out on my birthday.
Oh,
Good for you.
that's nifty.
Interesting.
So yeah, I'm excited for it. I'm gonna go see it next Thursday. Also, next Thursday may or may not be a short show, kind of like how it was for Black Panther, where we just ended an hour early.
That was a cool movie. I like
It was a
Black
good
Panther.
movie.
Yeah.
I enjoyed Black Panther a lot, but I have
like-
4 tickets for Infinity War. I have learned how to game my movie pass.
Maybe you shouldn't be talking about that.
No, never.
They're hemorrhaging money, man.
Are they?
Yeah. Yeah, people on Reddit are all about it. Just making or getting as much value out of their movie pass while it lasts.
Not only while it lasts, but while it's. I mean, I'm
heard-
assuming it's going to jump back up to like $50 a month.
It's funny because I heard people talking about it in my class today, and they were like, "Yeah, just use different emails." Like people were talking about it, like in my class, about just fucking with MoviePass and having multiple abilities and everything.
I mean, I just use Cass and Eyes, but I will discuss with you later how I'm using my movie pass. I've already
Carefully,
I've
that's what
already
I'm gonna say.
ruined my good friend Brandon's gaming career, so developer career.
What?
Never mind. Moving on.
Interesting.
Interesting. So we only
Okay.
have about 10 minutes
Yeah.
until break. I think now is a good time for Miguel to talk about his game of
About
the
a
week
game.
Oh, okay. You want me to
for
talk about
reviewing.
Talk about
Extinction?
Ta-da.
Yeah. Extinction.
Well then, I am by no means close to completing the game. No, I'm about halfway through with the main story. Unfortunately, I haven't gotten to touch the other game modes, which there seem to be, since that's an option on the menu. And I don't. It's not even my type of game, but I think I can be fairly objective. But I don't see where the surprise in the price point is coming from. Honestly, it seems like a full-fledged game. Now that I have taken, I've gone through. What am I on mission? Like 12? No, more than that. It's like 4, 4, and 5.
Oh, it's a game. Yeah.
14, I think.
Spencer mentioned he was like, "It's $60." I was like, I don't know anything about it.
Yeah, I think I'm on. I'm about to do the 15th mission. The beginning of chapter 4, which there's 7 chapters, so that's smack dab in the middle.
Oh, dude, this art style looks cool as shit.
It's very stylized. One thing is the terrain textures are surprisingly low, low res. I don't know what that's about.
That's on PC cranked up.
Yeah, I'm running everything on high.
Was it developed for consoles and they just ported it over?
I believe so because it was featured at E3 on the Xbox.
Okay, but it's probably just a sloppy port to PC.
Yeah, probably.
Yeah.
I really like the sense of scale. You look very small next to this gigantic.
Yeah, these dudes are huge, and there's a weird thing going on with the way they move. You'll see, like he kind of looks slow, right? But that's just because he's getting up. But when these motherfuckers swing at you, they swing fast. You have to really like anticipate that they're going to attack you and be nowhere near where they're going to be like that. See, okay, so when you're in this like attack mode thing, wow, that was close. We're watching like a trailer of it on our computer and station. I just realized people can't see what I'm reacting to.
Yeah.
Anyway, but yeah, if you are just like running around and maybe you're not keeping an eye on the Raveni, I believe they're called. I said it earlier, but I forgot the word, which is
Trolls,
these giant
basically.
ogres. They move pretty damn fast. Like and you'll see there's a meter at the top right that shows the destruction of the city. The one in this gameplay is 57% right now. That's probably not very long into the round. You do not have a long time to dilly dally. While these dudes are destroying shit, because they don't have to attack to destroy shit. Really, they can
have
just
to
walk.
walk.
They can just walk into a building and it crumbles. You'll
Is-
probably see it right here. It hit when his foot
Well, they
swings
won't.
over.
We will.
Yeah, you're right. Damn it! I got to stop relying on
You
this.
got. Well, you have to.
There,
if-
he just fell. Okay, so the Raveni just fell, and it crumbled a building that his foot just happened to clip through. And that was only worth 3%. Well, okay, that's a significant amount actually. One building was worth 3% of the destruction of the total town. It's fairly it's really fast paced actually. I'm not even gonna say fairly. So it's like if you took Shadow of the Colossus and just like
made it Attack on Titan.
yes, and you just turned everything up to fucking 10 because
That's pretty dope.
it's just so fast. Unfortunately, I say unfortunately, it's not to my taste. It has the beat 'em up style of gameplay where when you're attacking the smaller enemies, there are minions about that you use to gather energy, which is required to execute the Raveni, the large ogres. And that combat is very simple. It's like left mouse clicks, and that's the only attack button until you unlock advanced combos, where waiting is also a command, as well as dodging to alter your combos. So I find the combat lacking personally. Some people are into that type of that style. It's not for me, but I won't fault the game over it. The movement is usually pretty good, except when you are under the armpit of a Raveni, where your character kind of auto runs when you're climbing up their backs. So if you run into their armpit, you kind of just get stuck there for a few seconds until your animation cancels and you can jump off of him. It's pretty satisfying to kill them, especially when you get better.
Sure.
And you have abilities that allow you to do so more efficiently.
So for you, it's like you don't like the regular baddies, but the actual fight against the big dudes, that's where it becomes fun.
It's frustrating at first because of the way they move. It's kind of unrelenting at first. Like, oh yeah, because you also start off with such low health that you get one shot by basically everything they do to you, and they move quite fast. Mm-hmm. But once you get the hang of it and you get a few upgrades, you just start destroying Raveni, and it's pretty satisfying. You feel like you are slaying these guys, not fighting them. It's not like a battle.
So how does each like chapter is it based off of, or like
yes,
mission? How do they differ from one another?
So each mission is just it's a story mode, right? So you and your I don't know if you call her a page. She's like your companion. She's a mage that is allowing you. She's crafting the weapons and whatnot that you fight the Raveni with, and you are recruiting the help of other powers to fight the Raveni because you're facing extinction as a species. Oh shit! Title drop.
Roll credits.
Yeah. Anyway, so it'll basically be like, oh, you have to go to this town as a favor for the king. King Yarrow, I think was his name. And if you save people here, he'll join us. Not alternatively, but additionally, there are times where certain special Raveni show up as kind of upgrades to introduce new not features, but mechanics.
Sure.
With which you fight them. So like they're in the beginning they wear shitty wooden armor that you can just break with your like focus strike, and progressively throughout the game their armors get either completely indestructible or just more complex. So sometimes they have locks that you have to break first.
So you'd say that there is a variety between the fights, because like I'm just going through reviews of other people because there's a bunch of people complaining about price just because.
Right.
I love this grammar here. He's like, there is little to nothing to it, just the same mission over and over for the what people are saying 7-hour campaign. I'm like, but he only has 1.5 hours on record, so it's like, did this guy?
But that's when because I almost purchased the game, and all the reviews were pretty poor, and they all said kind of the same thing, that the game was just repetitive. It was the same thing over and over again.
Right.
Which, I mean, a lot of games are like that, but...
Yeah, how much variety? Like sometimes it seems weird. Like if people, once a hate mentality comes over a game, it just rolls from there. Because it's like you can say the same thing about Halo. It's drop from the ship, kill a bunch of things, and then end mission, next mission, drop, kill, go. It's like
these are very similar. Sometimes the mission isn't even to kill Raveni. Sometimes it's to like guard certain parts of the town and not let the town be destroyed to a certain degree. Or sometimes you have to save a certain amount of people.
So so as you know, this game is $60.
Yes.
What would you value this at, and would you pick this up, Miguel?
I can see this fairly being priced at like $40. It's not a far cry that it's a full-priced game, other than like what seems to be kind of low-budget cinematics. They're 2D animated, like they're drawn cinematics, and all the dialogue is in the form of that. Like it's audio. There's recordings of the dialogue,
sure,
but it's like it shows a portrait of the character, like it's a visual novel.
I see.
And they're speaking the words. And at the beginning of the mission, it's like you can't. This is just a complaint now. At the beginning of each mission, there's dialogue to introduce what's going on, but you can't move. Your character just stands there, and you have to you can hold left shift to skip through a lot of the dialogue. But when there's one of the like animated like sweeping over the city scenes and people are talking, you can't skip over that even if you're redoing the mission because you failed.
That's a little annoying.
So there are some odd parts of this.
Even
game.
still, like it being $60, you're like, that's not outrageous.
It's not.
If you're into this type of game, that's fine.
Yeah.
I have a quick question. So I saw dismemberment going on.
Yes.
If you say cut off his leg, can he fall and destroy a building?
Yes, he did it earlier in this clip we were watching.
Okay, that's
yeah. It's
So
kind
you
of
have to-
fast.
so you have to be careful with how you're destroying these dudes. 'cause-
Either that, or you have to do it so fast that it doesn't matter.
okay.
So, would you recommend this?
Yeah, I'm probably gonna finish it, even though I'm doing my review right now. I'm probably gonna run through the game.
It's good. So we actually have a little bit of an interesting perspective because Mike, you said you were interested in it, and hearing what Miguel has said, does that change it? Like, does this look like a game that you will pick up now, or are you going to wait until it's $40?
Yeah, probably not, based on the gameplay that I've seen, and I mean, you didn't say anything real negative about it, but
Right.
it wasn't enough to make me change my mind.
There we go. That's fair.
I having never heard about it until yesterday or whenever Spencer mentioned. I don't know if that was earlier today. It sounds cool to me. It looks cool.
This was one of the games I was excited for when E3. Like this one and A Way Out were the ones I was like, no, I need to play these games. Now this is kind of turned. I'll probably GameFly this game and buy A Way Out, but because A Way Out's
It's only $30.
$30. So.
Yeah, pretty great.
All right. So that was the first half of the show. We will be back after a few short messages if you're listening on the app. If you're listening on YouTube or watching on YouTube, Connor's going to play some G music for you because he's just one of those kind of cool cats.
Yeah.
And we'll be back in just a few moments.
See you for now.
This is chaoticradio.com.
I'm Grizzly Gunsy Gamer, and you're listening to The Kinda Gaming Show. Ooh.
Ooh, welcome back to the Kinda Gaming Show, live on chaoticradio.com.
What the fuck are you doing?
An Andrew accent?
Oh, okay.
It's not from any country. You know,
Sounds like he's doing some vampire shit.
welcome to. You know, Mike, I don't think has heard the Grizzly Guernsey Gamer intro before. He kind of made a face when he did the hoo 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 hoo.
That's always good.
I love it.
That guy was really awesome.
I know. That guy is in Guernsey.
Guernsey.
He's in Guernsey.
In
He
the
was on the
name.
show for both hours at like 3 a.m. He was fantastic. And
Good dude.
yeah, I really love it when you use his intro and then go into the Sonic jazz because it just fits so well.
It is, yeah. It's all silly, and then fucking just all of a sudden, just
Exactly.
That's just a good song.
That's my favorite one to go out on.
Yeah, I'm gonna pause it because that's what it's for. Is really,
Exactly.
that's to fuck off with.
Yeah.
But no, for now we'll do F-Zero.
Sounds good. So, got some announcements in the coming weeks, months, setting up an official date. But a band has agreed to come in studio and and interview with us and talk with us. Now,
A band.
a band. So, obviously, we're more of a gaming show, but there's this band that Miguel and I have found and fell in love with.
Sure, let's.
that you're a part of.
No.
Okay. I was
they're-
like, are you introducing your band?
Right,
Like,
we're
you
introducing
just-
our own
You just
band.
have to have Nick and who else?
Adam.
Adam, yeah.
This band is called Necrogoblicon,
Oh, I remember you talking about this actually.
and they are a
They
kind of a screamo death. I will not death metal, but
I don't
kind of a
even know.
screamo band,
Thrash metal.
thrash metal. They scream, but the two things I really like about their band is one, they have this mascot that's a goblin, and it's
And when he says mascot, he doesn't mean like a logo or anything. It's a guy in a goblin costume.
Yeah, it's very Gwar-esque.
exactly.
Yeah.
So I'm pulling up a picture on the Google machine
It's
for
like
our,
he goes on stage with these dudes and just like dances around and shit. But he's like wearing like a button-up shirt and tie.
Yeah, it looks fucking rad. I love it.
and that's awesome. But they also have a harpsichord in all of their songs.
Oh,
Or
really?
at least what we've heard of.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So-
yeah. The keyboardist was like always rocking a harpsichord.
That's pretty cool.
If you want to have a band on your show that ticks all your check boxes, that's video game themed as well, you guys should talk to Songhammer.
Songhammer.
Yeah, they actually perform at BlizzCon. We've had them on the show like 3 times.
Oh, cool.
They're super awesome. Their songs are all WoW themed, World of Warcraft. So like, they'll come in full armor,
Wow.
Nice.
So you
and their music's awesome.
you have the hookup, man.
I do.
Get him on the show.
Okay.
He's like, all right, I can do that.
Yeah, they're a lot of fun.
Will they perform?
Probably not. Usually only the two, like the lead singer and the guitarist will come. There's 4. There's 4 members, but they're the two. They're like the face
Sure.
of the show of the band. So.
I mean, luckily we have a guitar right there.
but they'll bring tracks to play. So
Yeah, they can. I was gonna say they could always put it in the board and.
you type Songhammer into YouTube and you find a lot of their music videos. Their stuff kicks ass.
Sounds good.
I'm pretty excited to hear what the goblin
Oh, it's
sounds like.
one word Songhammer.
Oh, okay. So one word, Songhammer. I'm assuming it's these two gentlemen.
That's them.
Get some what are they called? Tupperware remix.
Songhammer Legion right
Yeah,
here. Exclusive.
Whoa.
they'll let you play with their hammers and everything.
Just looking like Sylvanas right there.
Oh.
Just oh, hey, look.
Hey, look at that.
When you Google Songhammer, a beautiful picture of the Jack of all nerds and Chaotic Radio come up.
And like I said, we're playing with their hammers.
It's exactly right. In the picture that come up, you are playing with their hammers.
Playing with the hammer.
Make sure and If you don't want to see that picture, make sure and put safe search on Google, ladies and gentlemen. All right. So we have some business to get to.
Some business, huh?
Some business. Because
What that be?
the con man has some games he needs to
Yeah.
review
Yeah.
on the review show.
Yeah.
On the Nindies section.
Connor's Corner.
Connor's Corner.
There we go. Yeah. That works.
Connor's Corners Club.
What?
I don't
That
know.
almost sounds like Coroner's Club now.
Connor's Coroners Club.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That'd be a good. Coroners Club would be a good name for a band.
Yeah.
Actually,
we should change our band name.
There you go. That's your new
I
band
like
name.
our band name too much.
Coroner's Club is dope, though.
We should change our band name and become a death metal group.
Absolutely not.
Hell yeah. All right. Anyways, I guess first up is Breaks Are for Losers,
Sure.
Sounds great.
and it's as fun as it sounds. It's pretty awesome.
10 out of 10.
I like it. It's very simple. It's stupid fun. You don't have brakes, and it's a little kart racing style, like bird's eye view racing game. It's very simple. Like, I mean, I would say I don't know the price of it. I would say like $5. Totally, just pick it up and go for it, because it's one of those things you can just pick up, play for a bit, put down, and have fun. Like, you can do a whole circuit in 15 minutes, from beginning to finish. And like the way it works is, all the cars start off as basic, and you give upgrades to them over time, and throughout the entire campaign, you have all your upgrades, and it's really fun. I like it a lot. It's very like small, so at the same time it's nothing major, but it's definitely a pick up and play. I would say $5, like no problem. $10, I'd still probably recommend it.
Oh, brakes.
Brakes are
Like
for losers.
car brakes.
Yes.
Oh, man.
You choose your little car.
It's
all that
like
stuff.
coffee breaks,
Yeah, coffee breaks are for losers.
No, that was 2 weeks ago when he was talking about the game with the tea time.
Oh yeah. So
This looks like Dr. Disrespect.
what you looking at over there?
Watching the trailer
I pulled
for
up
it.
the official release trailer for it, and it's very like 80s.
Yeah, they got some
Oh,
like,
yeah.
80s looking people playing on a tube TV.
Perfect. So I will say
because
that
the aesthetic itself doesn't look 80s.
Yeah, I'm not
in
sure
the
what
game.
that's about.
No, there were the style of the game. There were a lot of racing games that
Oh.
were this style back then.
Yeah.
What's one of
okay.
these?
Yeah, it's got like the
Like you're playing in an arcade.
like a slot car almost.
yeah. So this game is $5. It's $4.99.
Fucking get it. It's fun. It's like straight up. I played it to review it, and then I have since just like when I'm like waiting in between class or like for my soup to cool down at lunchtime, I'll just like pull it up and play it a little bit. It's fun. It's a good pick up and play. Perfect for something like the Switch, where you just want games to pick up and play and not be invested in.
Watch out for our 4-player playing this game. No, I don't know. I'm making promises I can't keep.
Yeah, I actually haven't tried multiplayer or whatever, but it's just fun
Can you,
even on my
can
own.
you, yeah, I was gonna say, is it like 2 Joy-Cons to a Joy-Con to a player?
Oh, you definitely could do it with just one thumbstick. So
Ooh.
I'm imagining you could do
That'd be cool.
2 players.
Maybe I bring a couple.
It's not even
Joy-Cons.
split screen, really. It's just
Yeah, shared
'cause
screen.
The track is just there, so yeah.
There we go.
Yeah, I should have actually tried doing two-handed. Like if I'm pretty sure you could just do one Joy-Con, just do one in each hand and control 2 cars.
That's
But
cool.
yeah, it's funny because the game's called Breaks Are for Losers, and that actually has a literal meaning in it too, because you could save up all your money and all your stars from like every race, and like basically the last race you could use all your funds to buy brakes. And but you wouldn't have any of the speed boost or handling boosts or any of the upgrades throughout like the whole circuit, so you would most likely lose everything and you would just be a loser.
That's funny.
It has a very cute aesthetic.
Yeah, it does. It's nifty. I liked it a lot. So
All right, so you would recommend it?
yeah, full recommendation. Like I'd recommend it to anyone. I feel like this is a game that anyone could have fun with.
Sure. This is a game that, if you're having, especially since it says it's up to 8 players.
Yeah,
If you're having a,
Oh, wow.
a local party,
just go.
it's a pretty good game. I'd
Yeah.
imagine to play for like a little bit, an hour or so.
Yeah, it's definitely it's so simple that like anyone would get it, and you're racing. So I mean, you could turn it into a drinking game. It's so like it's fast, it's quick, and it would just be funnier at that point. So I didn't have any problems with it.
Sounds good.
Yeah.
All right.
So yeah, that's good.
Next.
Next one is it's not the Bunker.
I want to play this so badly.
Now, yeah, I didn't know that it was a full motion game. Like when you sent it to me, I just saw the icon. I didn't look up anything about this game. You sent it to me. The only thing I knew was it was like, hey, this is better with headphones. So I waited till I could be sitting at home with headphones.
Yeah.
And it was pretty good. I would say like a really big dock on it is that it doesn't have high replayability.
Sure. I mean, but neither does like Contradiction.
Well, see, Contradiction does in the fact that you can fuck up on telling the lies and truths on someone. You can, you can do missteps, and you would miss that content on Contradiction. Like if you failed to catch a lie, or if you said someone was lying when they weren't, and then they like lose the trust. And
I think you're thinking of LA Noire, dude.
No,
Contradiction doesn't do that.
There was a part like when we were talking to Simon, like he would roll his eyes and everything, and if you didn't catch it, you could say
you can't progress if you don't say the right things, but you can't. It's not like you lose options.
Oh yeah, but I mean, it's the thing is though is it's like it doesn't. There's like little tidbits that were in Contradiction,
Sure.
Whereas this one, it all kind of boiled down. Like the only real choice in it was at the very end.
I will say, like when I saw the trailer for this, like I'm kind of a sucker for FMV games.
It's good in that sense. It's very well made.
I know it has some big actors in it, or at least the main guy.
Yeah, it does. It's all actually really good. I can't name who they are, but I've seen them and stuff. But they're all British, and like I feel like I've seen some of them in a Doctor Who episode at some point. But yeah, it's one of those things. Like this one in particular, like Contradiction, it felt like a game. Like it needed the whole free range motion type deal. This one, it has the one thing that's usually a downer on these types of games, that it totally could work as just a short film. There's really nothing being added to it by being an interactive game. And especially on the Nintendo Switch, there's a couple collectibles that you can get, like dolls, missing puzzle piece, stuff like that. And you don't get achievements on the Switch, which I was like collecting these things, expecting them to like change the story or something. And I looked it up. I was like, what do they do? Because nothing's happening. Like I got all of them, and it's like, oh, they're an achievement on like Steam and stuff to get all 9 of them. So that's a little bit of a bummer. I would say $10 though, just like buying a movie essentially, because it is a good story. This, I could definitely see Bethesda stealing this as their opener for the next Fallout. It was really good, and it would actually be a good opening rather than just some like, you are my son. Yeah.
Yeah, man, it's
It has a really good twist. I don't want to give any spoilers. I definitely recommend it.
Yeah, so it says that The Bunker's live-action psychological horror game starring Adam Brown, who was in The Hobbit, and Sarah Green, who was in Penny Dreadful, with the writers behind The Witcher and Soma. Yeah. This is a game that when I was like, man, I wish that, like, because it was already out on PC and PS4. It's currently on sale on PS4 for $5.
Yeah, I would recommend it. Like, definitely for you.
I think full price is only $10.
It's totally, yeah. If it's $10, like I totally recommend it.
Oh, I'm sorry, it's
$12.50.
$12.50.
You pay that much like for a Blu-ray that's not in the bargain bin, So it's like you pay like $20 for a Blu-ray.
Yeah.
This I played it twice today. It's about, I would say, an hour and a half, 2 hours.
Okay.
To go through it, so it's like you're watching a movie. It's a really good story. Like it comes off like such a twist. Like. I don't want to say like anything other than you're just like, oh fuck, okay.
So good. So like it checks the boxes to make a good FMV game, It's well made, it has good writing, good acting.
And definitely play with headphones like it recommends, because the sound effects are good. Although there was a few moments where I was like, oh fuck, the audio balance, that hurt my ears. But I've got little bitch ears, so as far as that goes, like there were times where like he would, get hurt or something, and it would make that like ringing noise of trauma. And,
that's not kosher.
But it would be a little bit louder than like they would be talking, and it'd be like, okay, let me turn the volume up. They're talking kind of quiet, and then it's all like, and I'm like, oh fuck, let me turn the volume back down. Shit. Yeah. So, but I recommend it. So even at $12.50, that's fine. Like that, it's in that $10 range. Especially if it goes on sale.
Before you move on, I know you're not a fan. Do you like FMV games, Mike? I love them.
What is it? Fuck my vag? What does that say?
Yeah, no, that's the anime games that Connor likes. No, FMV, full motion video. So like this is completely.
Can't say I've ever played one, to be honest with you.
You didn't play Night Trap?
Nope.
You've heard of Night Trap, right?
Nope.
Damn.
Oh.
Wow.
It's
All right,
notable.
well,
It's one where a girl gets diddled by burglars.
Sure.
That's what it looks like is going to happen. That's not actually
That's
what
fair.
happens.
I think the closest I've played to a game like this would be what was the name of it?
like Heavy Rain or something.
No, it's that old Don Bluth like Dragon.
Dragon's Crown.
Dra-
Oh.
Dragon,
no,
you know what I'm talking
Dragon's Lair.
Dragon's Lair, which is just it's animation, but it's
Yeah.
you have to hit the button at the right time to progress to the next screen.
Sure.
This looked sort of
Oh,
similar
okay,
to
that
that.
one.
Yeah.
I'll tell you what. If you ever get a gaming PC, I will. When you get Steam, I will buy you a copy of Contradiction.
He doesn't even need a gaming PC for that. He can
I
do
guess
that on
that's
a
fair.
Basic, he can do that on that laptop.
Probably that fucking laptop right
That's
there.
true, since it
Well,
is mostly video.
I have a gaming laptop that cost me a lot of money. That's not this one. I just don't use it because I don't like playing games on PC.
That's fair.
I bought it for one game because they said that game was not coming out on console, and then the motherfuckers released it on console like a year later.
Which game was that?
It was XCOM 2.
Oh.
That's a, yeah.
Because I've loved XCOM since I played it back on Windows 3.1, the old school where I could
Yeah.
hex edit and boost my stats, that kind of thing. But I love the new games, and so when 2 came out and they were like, "We're not doing this one on console," I was like, "You bastards!
sons of
Fine,
bitches."
I'll go buy a new computer to run your game." And then I played it, and then within a year, it was like, "Coming to Xbox." I was like, "I hate you guys so much."
I had the
And
same,
yeah, I did buy it for Xbox as well. So.
I had the same thing. I had for a long time. I really couldn't play games on PC. Like there was like I just didn't like it.
Yeah,
I didn't have the same
it was
fun.
so weird to me.
And I still get that a little bit because when I played on my console, I just played for fun. But when I played on my PC, I was always doing it for reviews and doing it for videos and content, and I just couldn't like separate that. To where I'm like, oh,
Stigmata.
yeah, exactly. Like even playing games I really like Hearthstone, I was like, okay, time to work.
When it came out on phone, did you play on that?
I play Hearthstone at work.
Oh, okay. There you go. I was
Like-
just wondering, do you play on your phone though?
Yeah, that's
Okay.
why I play on my phone at work.
But like, do you prefer playing it on something like? A
No,
phone than playing
I've
on
gotten
PC?
now that I've gotten more of a gaming PC,
Oh, okay.
and I'm not making videos all the time like I was for UberCrit for like a good 3-6 months a year.
Yeah.
I'm much better about it now. Now my video production
it's
and
that whole-
content
yeah.
creation is like completely gone down the trash. But-
That's kind of happening to me though, like because I used to play on PC a lot, and then like the Switch came in, and I've been playing on that, and then now I've just been writing like all last semester I was writing legal papers, and then now I'm like doing a lot of essays, and then there was all the fucking financial stuff that I was doing in another class. And so now, like, when I'm playing on PC, I'm just like, fuck, I don't want to be in front of the computer right now. I just want to kick it and everything. So, I mean, I still make the exception for, like, PUBG and stuff.
Sure.
But I definitely am, like, not playing PC as much as I was.
Since now that I know you have that laptop, I implore and beg you to play Contradiction. It was my favorite game that came out. That soundbite that you said that you hear at the beginning of the show goes,
yeah.
"Oh, if I were to say the kind of gaming," that's the main actor and
Yeah.
lead in that game who did that for us.
To like put it in perspective, I haven't really played these live motion games before, and then I played Contradiction. I loved it, and it made me like I think if I hadn't had played because of his recommendation, I feel like going into the bunker, I would have been like, oh, this is stupid, and then I would have just been like not playing it. But instead, I was like, oh, it's one of these games, and I went through it, and then it's like, even though it's a little odd at first if you're not used to it, it's like it's pretty cool. It's enjoyable. Like it's a totally different experience than just playing a game.
yeah. So
Yeah. It looks like it would be a more low key experience. Like,
Yeah, it's definitely like there's quick time events, and you know, that's one thing I think that makes it better on the Switch than the other consoles, because you can use the thumbsticks or you can use the touchscreen.
there we go.
And I played it with the fucking thumbsticks, and it's a little weird because like you control a cursor and then like click on stuff.
Sure.
And so when the quick time events come up, it's like you better fucking have that thing ready to move, because if you don't know where the cursor is, or you're on the side of the screen, and you'll miss the quick time events, and then you'll have to like redo that little spot.
Yeah.
Whereas on the touchscreen, you're just like, oh fuck, and you just tap it.
All right. All right. So from this, you recommend the bunker.
Yeah.
I'm gonna buy Mike Contradiction, and he'll play it.
And you'll pick
someday.
yourself up the bunker.
Yeah, I'm probably gonna buy the bunker at home
Yeah,
since
you
it's on sale on the
just go
PlayStation
tonight
Store.
and do it, yeah. The last one is Castle of Hearts. Heart of Castle. Yeah, something like that. Heart of Castle.
Castle of Hearts.
Castle of Hearts.
I'm assuming it didn't resonate with you very well.
It
If you
wasn't-
can't remember the
It
name.
wasn't very good. It was like a very generic style, like side-scrolling beat 'em up, I guess.
Based on these first 3 screenshots, it looks like it's trying to be 2D Dark Souls.
It's not at all. Like, it's not like there's no fucking combat recognition, like anything. Like, enemies don't flinch. There's not like patterns that you can recognize. It's just very basic. This game could have been made on like the Nintendo and without fucking 3D graphics, everything. Like basic old school like chop. But it's like it lacks that feel of old school games. It was like that clunky gravity going on that you see in like low-end 3D games. It seems like this is someone's like first attempt at making a game, which it's like, okay,
It looks pretty.
it looks pretty. It looks cooler than it is. That's the thing. Like you see like screenshots and you're like, oh, that looks pretty cool. But then when you're playing it, you're like, this is not cool. So, and it's short. It's only like 5 levels. So there's it's got an interesting concept because it's like your health goes down over time, and you can also lose health from getting attacked, obviously.
So you're like a cursed knight. Almost.
Yeah, exactly. That's what happened. Is like some wizard rolls up and he's all like, "Yo, fuck y'all," and then you're like, "No, dog," and then he's like, "Well, you're all gonna be turned to stone because I'm a wizard and fuck y'all."
Now, how much better would the game be if that was the actual dialogue?
Amazingly bad, because that would just be funny and it would make it like going through it like you're like, God, this game isn't very fun, but it's at least funny and like enjoying to go through. But instead, it's a very generic like save the princess type thing.
This looks like a game I would buy for 99 cents on Steam.
That's the thing. It felt like it was a mobile game.
I was gonna say it looks like a mobile game.
Yeah, it felt like that's the thing. It's like it totally looks and feels like a mobile game, but it's not a mobile game. I found out and I was like, huh. So it's just a weird game. It's not like a port that they threw on the Switch. It's just a
Watching it play, it looks like it would be totally fine as
Yeah.
a mobile game.
Yeah, exactly.
Do you know the price of this one?
I have no idea.
So what if I told you that this is more expensive than both of the other games you played?
Combined.
No.
I would
like
say
$60 game, full release.
Yeah, right. I would be like, that's absurd. Don't do it.
It's 15.
Yeah, I don't recommend it. You can get Stardew Valley for 15. I'm gonna say that like anytime there's a game that's bad and it's like it's only $15, I'm like, yeah, Stardew Valley is $15 and it's fucking amazing.
Yeah, this game, it looks fine.
It's
Like, that's the best way I could
It
put it.
looks fine. That's what I'm saying. Like when I saw it, I was like, this looks like it'll be pretty cool. But then when I played it, it's not.
No, I'm not even talking about the graphics. I just mean the
I'm talking
gameplay.
about-
It
yeah,
seems fine.
That's what I'm saying. Like when you look at it, it seems like it would be fine. But when you actually play it, it's not.
No, it actually looks super boring.
That's what it
That's
totally
fair.
comes up for. If you saw it for a second, like I saw it for like a quick second, like I never actually looked at any videos. I just booted up, and when it started playing, I was like, "Oh, this looks like it'll be cool." And then it was like, "Oh, it's super boring. It's just mashing the slash button, and then like you can pick up some weapons, and it's like shoot." And
Is this a Let's Play we're watching, Andrew?
This is the first level gameplay.
This is the official like demo of the game.
oh boy,
I guess.
Man, they are not selling it.
yeah, I would totally like. This is a very hard pass for me. Like I wouldn't even buy this for like $1, honestly. Like it wasn't fun.
Also, if this is the official demo, they need to learn how to play their own fucking game. Because
Hold on.
No, that's the
Let me
thing
see.
is there's not really
Oh,
learning
no.
to play.
Okay.
There's
This is
just
on,
like
this is on a channel called Switch Watch, not
Okay.
official.
Okay.
That would be really funny if
No,
it
it's
was,
just like
though.
yeah, we're watching a demo or
Oh,
someone
boy.
playing it, and they're just like not good at it.
oh, I see. Yeah, I just don't recommend it. It's a pass, hard pass.
Right. That's fair. 2 out of 3 though.
Yeah, 2 out of 3. It's not bad. Yeah, it's pretty good.
All right. So there was a subject I've been wanting to talk about
Oh yeah, we didn't get Mike
on
on
the
games again.
show. I've been trying. No Xbox developers.
I mean, it hasn't stopped me from playing games. If that helps.
That's fair. You're like, I've been playing. Just
Yeah, we don't have any endorse.
Do you have
reviews,
games
Right.
that you
though.
want to? Do you have games that you play that you want to talk about?
I think I mentioned them last week because I've still been playing the Overwatch Retribution event. Finally beat both modes on Expert.
Oh, jeez.
The Legendary, I got on All Heroes. We got to the very last part. We had killed one of the 2 final bosses, and then we all died. And then I haven't been able to get a team together to get that far.
Is it a heavy and an assassin, or
2 heavy assaults?
Oh no!
Plus a sniper, and we got everything except the second assault. And what happened is we were down. There's a waterfront area, and somebody got killed down there. So the rest of us went to go get him. We got that person up, but then another person went down, and then we tried getting that person up, and somehow I just fell off the platform, like into the water, and died.
That almost happened to me when I was playing it, but I was Genji, and I fucking just swooped right back onto the thing.
It was a weird, I think it was like a internet problem too, because like I lagged out and then I was dead.
I was having terrible issues with that, and I thought it might have just been my internet because I have poopy internet. But like I was like, man, did anyone else get a huge lag spike there? And they're like, yeah, that happened to me too. We're blaming the lag.
Yeah, I don't know if I've been having that problem a lot with Overwatch lately, and I don't know if it's the game or my internet, but my internet's supposed to be really good, so it seems like that would be weird, but...
Yeah.
I have not been experiencing the lag.
Okay, then it must be something on my internet, but...
Yeah, maybe their netcoding has been buggy, though.
Yeah.
So it's like if you have bad internet, now it's like
It'll
impossible.
fuck up everyone.
Yeah.
That might be the case because, you know, my internet has been notorious for not being great. And...
Yeah, actually, I did have one game. I was playing with our buddy Luis, and there was a guy that was laggy on our team, and that game was laggy.
And it fucked up the game. Yeah, so there's something going on with their netcode, it seems.
And then with the standard game mode on Legendary, I've yet to have a group get out of the first room.
Oh, no.
Jesus.
Like one time we beat the first room, and then where the door gets blown open and you run out into that area where there's a bunch of guys. Everybody
just killed everyone.
Everybody was just like, I regret nothing, and they ran out and died. Like I was the only one still alive because I didn't rush right out into the gunfire, but I couldn't take on. I was Reaper, I want to say.
Oh, okay.
But there was just no way I was going to be able to take out 3 enforcers and then the other guys. It was,
enforcers are ridiculous on expert and up.
Yeah.
Fuck that.
Yeah, I was gonna say I only played the hard mode, and like Dragon Blade will just take care of those.
Yeah. Genji hard carries.
Like one Dragon Blade just takes those dudes out.
Even on expert, Genji like destroys those guys.
Really?
Yeah.
Damn. Yeah, I noticed that.
Because he has reflect, so their damage goes back to them.
Yeah, right.
So the enforcer,
fucking ruin them. Yeah, that's what I was doing. It was like you do that, and then while they're reloading, you just Dragon Blade the fuck out of them, and they're gone.
Although nothing's more obnoxious than when you've actually completed the objective, and then someone's like, "I want extra points." And then they just run off to go tackle whatever's being thrown at you. Know, at the end when
didn't they add that you can leave without them now?
No, only if they get down.
So you have to just chill there and be like, he'll die.
Yeah.
Eventually.
But the problem is nobody ever does that. When one person runs off and goes and gets killed, everyone else is like, we gotta save him.
You know, to ensure you don't fail, you could just leave one person on the ship. So when everyone inevitably goes down, it just takes off with the last person.
Yeah.
Is that how it started? Because the first couple times I played, there was somebody who died, and
it didn't start that way.
It screwed us.
It took like
they
3
just
days for
what was it? Just 2 days ago they added that.
Yeah.
And they fixed a lot of bugs.
That's good, because that was something that was super obnoxious. Where it would be one person, they'd be like, "I'm gonna ram them," and then they would go die, and you're all up here like, "Well, looks like we're all dead." So
nice throw, GG.
Yeah,
GG. Not easy.
Super bummer.
See, now that I know Mike has a gaming PC, maybe I'll throw him a gaming PC code for him to review.
Oh, well.
He'd look at me
oh
like,
joy.
Please don't.
Hey, any word on Senran Kagura?
No.
Damn it.
Fuck.
I'm like actually interested in that one. I played it on Vita and it was really fun.
That's funny.
Yeah.
Nope. No word. I sent out a bunch of requests and emails a day or 2 ago.
Did you send one to Senran Kagura team?
Probably.
Make sure you did.
I'll get one of their devs on the show for you. How about that?
I think they all speak Japanese.
Well, you better start learning.
It's fine. You got Google Translate.
Like, hold up.
I used to do that at work
Sumimasen.
sometimes. When I was at GameStop, I would be the only one on duty, and they would come in and they'd only speak Spanish.
Oh.
And so I'd be sitting there with Google Translate back and forth, And it's funny because
No,
it
using the
never
phone.
works 100%.
Yeah.
Nope.
But it worked. It ended up like
Enough.
we were able to talk enough to where we both knew what we were trying to say. That it always worked, but it was always funny. My one time my boss was on break and she came out and she saw me doing that and she just was watching. Like she didn't come in to help. She spoke Spanish. She was just sitting there. She was just like, oh sorry, radio. She was just looking at me like confused. Anyway.
Have you ever seen what happens if you Google Translate something and then you take that something and then translate it again and just keep going?
Yeah, there's this
It's just-
there's this great YouTuber who does that.
Yeah, there's a good video that went viral, and he's like, it says like discerning egg.
Oh, yeah, that one.
I like the one. There's this woman who does it, who does songs like that. So, like for example, she took Frozen's "Let It Go," started English, and then she translated it into 20 different languages, and then back into English, and then sings the song with those lyrics, and it's amazing.
Yeah.
Well, even if you just translate to one language, take what it translates to, and then reverse it.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
translate from Spanish or whatever you're translating into back into English. And oftentimes you'll find that it's not the same thing that you typed in English to begin with.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like at all, it ends
Yeah.
up being like, and you could just do that over and over again. It'll just keep giving you different shit. It's
It
pretty
usually
funny.
gets longer too, which is weird.
Yeah, that is weird. For some reason, it just keeps adding to it.
The Attack on Titan subreddit does that with every chapter that comes out.
Yeah.
They'll retranslate it with Google.
Oh wow.
Perfect. And then they'll release that.
Yeah.
I would really like if the people that just watch them on like the illegal sites, if when they release the the sub version, if they use the Reddit version.
Speaking about fucking shitty translations, I guess Disney doesn't really put a lot of effort into translating like
localization.
Yeah, and like you'll see the subtitles, like they'll put the English subtitles on like foreign ones, and then it'll just be like the weirdest, most like fucked up shit. I remember it was like on the Avengers, and God, I'm trying to remember exactly what it was, but it like they basically just called Captain America Shield Man.
What the fuck?
Yeah, like stuff like that. Like it was just totally messed up. Like that's what the subtitles were saying, were stuff like that.
Well, that also might be intentional if like they don't want
They
to be
don't-
throwing the word America around.
Yeah, they're like,
so.
no, it's
I
not
guess
America.
that's
He's
fair.
just Shield Man.
Yeah.
I think Shield Man gonna die.
Shield Man gonna die.
Chris Evans vocally was saying like he doesn't want to do it anymore. So
Yeah, like if Shield Man doesn't die, I'd be very surprised. Unless like
You
at
know-
the end of Infinity War Part 2, he just like hand puts down the mantle and gives it to Bucky. Like I guess I could see that if he's like, you know what, I think I'm done, and he gives Bucky the shield. That I could see.
I think he's going to die in one of these two films. His IMDb has him listed through the second one, but I'm pretty sure he's going to die. Even I think Bucky is where they're headed
Sure.
to take on the Captain America mantle, but I'm pretty sure his character is going to do the hero sacrifice.
Maybe it'll be like a Johnny Cage in Mortal Kombat 2, the movie situation, where he just dies immediately.
Why would you bring that up?
Because
Why wouldn't he?
Mortal Kombat Annihilation is such garbage.
Dude.
first Mortal Kombat movie was pretty good.
Yeah, it was.
Second one
Which
pissed
makes
me off.
makes the second one even worse.
I love Johnny Cage has always been my favorite
Oh
Mortal
yeah,
Kombat character.
you weren't like a small child.
I was gonna say that I know,
for
I was
those.
trying to, forgot who
You
it was.
guys,
No, it was 95. I was 14.
I was 3.
Yeah,
I was 2.
Freaking Falcon is in the comic books. Falcon takes over the mantle of Captain.
Oh, there's a
America.
bunch
Yeah.
of people that are Captain America.
Yeah, there's but like
Anytime I have a
currently-
comic book question or I see
Oh.
facts on Facebook, I will tag Mike and be like, and just put a question mark.
Well, no, Falcon's not actually Cap anymore because they were doing that whole wacky. Because Cap got old, they took his power got away, but he got it back, and then they were doing that whole weird like Captain America agent of Hydra thing.
Oh, yeah.
Where it's
Oh,
supposedly
yeah.
like he
Hail
was been
Hydra.
working for Hydra the entire time.
all along, fucking M Night Shyamalan writing over here.
Yeah.
I don't see his movies anymore.
Man, a cool Captain America arc that I read. What was it? It was like he was in like some Dark World shit. What was it called? He has this like little boy that he basically adopts as his son.
I was really worried about where you were going there.
It's Captain America. Don't be weird.
But he's been evil the whole time.
Don't make it weird.
Oh, but it was really cool. It was like some freaking like Thunderdome shit. It was a fun arc. It's like I have all of them if anyone is interested in it. So
Maybe.
it's like 8 issues, something like that.
I really want to know if they're like the rest of the Avengers are gonna. So slight spoiler warning if you care. Thor Ragnarok. Like, how are the Avengers gonna look at Thor when he has no hair and no eye? Like, are they gonna address that?
He has
and no hammer.
He has an eye.
Yeah. I didn't say no eyes. I said no
You
eyes.
said
Yeah,
no
I want
eye.
to see Ragnarok. I saw like a fight scene where I watched just the fight scene where he fucking like got his powers back, and I was like, that looks pretty rad.
That movie was not good.
That scene
didn't
alone,
get-
though, is probably pretty.
You didn't
rad.
like Ragnarok?
Ragnarok's
No.
just funny.
Isn't
like
it?
I already.
It's basically Planet Hulk, isn't it?
It's
half
it
Planet
has,
Hulk.
yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
But there's so much tie into like their
I'm like
franchise.
really surprised that they didn't just make a Planet Hulk movie because Planet Hulk's pretty rad. But
yeah.
But
like
Hulk-
it doesn't work. It doesn't work for this canon though because Planet Hulk is basically Hulk fucking off from the rest of everyone.
But also,
Yeah.
they haven't had a lot of luck with Hulk solo movies.
True.
So,
Without Edward Norton, yeah,
Even that didn't do great.
yeah,
that's true. But it was,
Ragnarok, I didn't like. Like, I already didn't like Thor very much, and that movie just like cemented it because he's an idiot.
I think you went in with too much bias because it's basically the same movie as Black Panther.
Black Panther is so much better. The bad
No, it's
guy is
not.
so much more relatable, and the music is better, and the acting is better because I don't think Chris Hemsworth is that great.
people thought
it's like I
Crims
don't even know
Hemsworth
you
baby was a
anymore.
hot dog.
What?
You ever see that? Yeah, there's one time where
What?
Crims Hemsworth, where he was walking around holding his baby when it was like newborn, and the fucking paparazzi, like in their like description of the photo, was like holding a hot dog, and he's like, "How dare they call my child a hot dog?" Because it looks like that. Like he's such a big dude, and when he was like one. He wasn't even one arming. He was like one handing his baby,
That's fucking funny.
and it's like no, but it's a baby. It was not a hot dog.
Chris Hemsworth cooing to a hot dog in the streets of New York.
That's a movie I'd be interested in seeing. Yeah, I don't know, man. Like, Killmonger is so much better than Knives Chow.
Hella?
No, Knives Chow.
Oh, okay.
Like, it's just that movie's like the only part of that movie that I liked was Korg. Like everything else was fine, but like there was so much like I could feel Killmonger. Like I could see where he's coming from and why he thought the way he did.
It's literally the same thing.
No,
He and Hella are the same character.
I don't think so. But you know,
they kind of are.
They
I
are.
never really thought about
They
it like
absolutely
that, but
fucking
yeah, they'll
are.
cast aside and have a grudge.
Yeah, it's if you made both of those movies and you told both of the directors the same plot, but with different characters to work with.
Yeah, one's
That's
just one went funny and the other went serious.
it. Yeah,
maybe that's what it is.
absolutely.
Though
what
I
it
don't.
is.
Though I like Guardians of the Galaxy a lot, so
Right.
I don't know. Like, there's just that one scene that really bothers me, where like, and it's supposed to be a funny scene where Thor just like throws a ball up against the window and he hits himself in the head. It's like, you idiot. Like, I don't know why that bothered me so much, but
Yeah,
it did.
you've got a weird like.
You like
disposition.
Avengers too?
Who
Avengers 2 is better than Avengers 1.
who hurt you?
No, it's not.
No one. Avengers
Clearly.
1 has like 45 minutes of fixing a helicarrier.
Yeah, they're both bad movies, but Avengers 2 is not better.
Avengers 2 is better than Avengers 1 is overrated.
Wait,
and
Avengers 2
2
is
is
Age of Ultron, right?
underrated. Yes.
Okay, yeah, it's not better. I love Ultron and his design and everything, but the whole plot of the movie is shitty.
Yeah, I didn't like it.
The
It
only
was-
thing like that really stands out to me about not liking Avengers 2 is the fact that they introduced Quicksilver and then just like
Yeah.
the way he died was stupid,
it was stupid because Quicksilver's faster than a motherfucker.
right?
And also the way his power works is to transport someone else at his speed. He has to be in contact with them. So if he moved those two assholes behind the car, he would be behind the car with them,
Yep.
Yeah.
not standing out in the fucking open.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, I agree. But
It was all.
I really think Avengers 1's overrated. Like, the reason why
It is.
people really liked it.
Oh, it is. I'm
Yeah.
just saying it's still better than 2.
No, Avengers 2 is underrated. Like, people didn't like it, but like Ultron is I think Ultron in that movie, like, if we just take,
Ultron is cool.
He's so fucking
The
cool.
movie is not.
bad guy makes a movie, yo.
No, he
no,
doesn't.
it doesn't.
No, it does not.
That's like saying, the Star Wars prequels are good, and it's like Hayden Christensen.
If Brandon was here, he would be yelling at you right now.
About
no, he
Star
even
Wars?
he even said though, he's like, they're not good movies. I just like them. That's what he said that on the show actually.
See, that's like being able to be objective. It's like
Yeah.
you can like something if it's bad.
Yeah, he said that on the show. He's like, they're not. He's like,
Well,
I just like
Like,
them.
I can objectively see, like, I have a soft spot for the Sharknado movies. Are they bad? Yes. But I fully realize they're bad, and I still enjoy them.
Oh shit!
Sharknado.
But they also realize they're bad. That's
yeah,
why
exactly.
They work.
That's why it's good. Yeah, it's like fucking Black Dynamite. Oh man, I love Black
Fucking
Dynamite.
Black
Exactly.
Dynamite.
There's a new Black Dynamite being worked on.
Right? That surprised me.
Right,
I did not expect that.
Can we talk about like when we're gonna get a new good superhero video game though? Like,
Hopefully,
Other than-
Spider-Man.
Oh yeah, hopefully Spider-Man.
Other than the Batman games.
yeah, well,
I mean, this Spider-Man has been fucking delayed for a long time.
Did you not like the Batman games?
which one?
Rocksteady? Like
the Arkham series.
Arkham Knight.
I
Arkham,
played the first two, and I really enjoyed the first one, and then the second
Asylum.
one was the same as the first one.
in
So
an open world. I know. I
it didn't feel like any different, to be honest with you. And then I know, was it the third one where they added in the Batmobile that really doesn't do much?
that was the latest one.
Was the latest
Arkham
one?
Knight.
Yeah, I fell off after that because what was the other one? It was Origins?
Yeah.
Yeah, I didn't play that one either.
The only one I haven't played is Arkham City. I've gone back and played Arkham Asylum a few
Oh,
times.
there's 4. I didn't even realize.
Yeah, Origin didn't do very well. Both neither critically nor commercially. But the other three did.
Didn't another studio make that one though?
Yeah.
Yeah. So-
Yeah. And I don't understand how that they messed it up because they just used a lot of the assets from Arkham City. Like over half of the game was already made for you. How did you mess that up?
They're just not good game designers. It's like how there's fucking
I mean, technically, there's 5 in the series because there was also the
there's
3DS exclusive
Oh,
There was 3DS and Vita.
on Vita. Yeah,
Yeah, it was.
Connor will not let you forget the Vita.
Yeah, dude.
I think it was called Blackgate or something like that. I don't know.
I
Or-
think that's actually what it was. yeah.
Other than that, like there's been like a very big gap in superhero.
But I don't even want like a solo. I want like a big, like Marvel Ultimate Alliance type of game.
Oh, yeah.
You know
Those
what
are
I mean?
really good.
Or X-Men Legends. God, I miss those games.
Ultimate Alliance was rad.
I really
They
like
gave that
X-Men
shit
Legends.
for free, like when the Xbox was new on
Those
the
were both
360.
good games.
Yep.
They were
I-
just like, hey, here's an Xbox 360. Here's fucking Ultimate Alliance. Have some fun with your homies.
Yeah. Do you No, I was about to say, do you count Injustice? Because that's a pretty good superhero game.
I mean, it's good, but it's just a fighter. There's no the shelf life.
I feel like the story's pretty good.
Yeah, but once you played it through, there's no real replay value.
That's fair.
You because
Unless you're a fighter.
Unless you're
player.
a competitive fighter player. Yeah.
yeah.
That's fair.
But even like the multiple endings for
Yeah.
the Injustice 2, like you can still just go back to a save or whatever, load
And then
up right
figure it
there,
out.
and then just do the end
Sure.
and make the other decision.
I feel you.
Yeah,
So-
that's like going back to the game review, The Bunker. You can do that with the ending. It's like you don't need to play it twice. You can
Okay.
just literally you turn the game off, and then it'll load the save right before the ending, and then you just choose the other ending.
In a way, I appreciate that though.
Yeah,
It's like if you
I mean,
don't have
it's-
if you don't
yeah.
have variety to the game,
Exactly.
don't make me play through the whole thing just to see the alternate endings.
Yeah, I mean that's good, but I mean it just goes to show you that there's not a huge replay value.
Yeah.
I mean, hey, you want you know,
But it's like, that's a good way to
superheroes and a
compensate.
big ensemble. Apparently, there's going to be a Marvel world in Kingdom Hearts 3.
Oh
So-
yeah, huh?
That'd be cool.
It's not the same.
Yeah, it's not the same, but still.
I love Kingdom Hearts. It's my.
And sure, they crank out a Lego game every year, but
I understand.
I want real superhero stuff. You know?
What about it wasn't a comic book or anything like that, but Infamous was you're playing a
I
superpowered
think that's
being.
PlayStation exclusive, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I've seen the trailers for it, and I always wanted to try it, but since I don't have PlayStation,
I understand what you mean. Like,
pretty
just
cool.
because you're playing as a superhero, you want like you're wearing a
you want
Superman shirt right now.
licensed superhero.
I'm assuming you would. You're a Joker fanatic.
I am.
You would. I'm assuming you would love. I don't even know if they can make a Joker game, and if they would. Well, I'm sure they could if they would do it well.
Just
but-
have the team who made Dead Space make that.
Interesting. I've been wanting for a long time for them to make a Green Arrow game, but that's like never gonna happen.
Take the team who made fucking Far Cry Blood Dragon and make Green Arrow.
Take the team who made Max Payne.
Just make a Justice League game. You know, there's so many members of the Justice League. You could do the Ultimate Alliance treatment.
Let's get
you
a
know?
real Superman game, not fucking ring.
How do you even do that though?
Why couldn't Max?
Fucking destroy shit. Like make it a really hardcore like 3D motion beat 'em up like Bayonetta, but fucking in the air and Superman and
Fucking
You're
in
so
the air?
overpowered.
I mean, well, yeah, Superman is overpowered, but when you're fighting people like fucking Darkseid and whatnot, then it ends up being like, you know, protect the city and fuck over this and fight an army. It like you can make it work.
Yeah. Plus, when you consider the canon, like there's a lot of things Superman is weak to, and you could exploit those
Yeah.
in a video game to make it more
That's right.
interesting. But
See, the last like kind of ensemble game. Did you ever try the Young Justice game that was on 360 PS3?
They closed Ensemble.
What was
That's-
that?
That's the studio that made fucking Age of Empires and
Oh,
Halo
okay.
Wars and shit.
Bump, bump.
But yeah, there was a Young Justice game that came out, and it was trying to be in the same style as like Marvel Ultimate Alliance, but it was bad.
okay.
I mean, if you're like really desperate, I guess you could go play that. But
Now, when I'm real desperate, I actually bought when they released Marvel Ultimate Alliance 1 and 2 on the Xbox One in the arcade. I bought those, and I just play those.
there you
Yeah,
go.
that's a good idea.
See, Max Payne. You just replace Max Payne with the Punisher, and you have
would
a
yeah.
kick-ass game that makes so much sense.
It would, yeah, that would be totally a good idea. It's almost the same story.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like just
Other than minor details.
Yeah, other than, you know, strippers in Tijuana and stuff.
like
Oh yeah, Max Payne 3 is entirely different.
Yeah.
like that would just work so easily.
It
I don't
would.
know. Is it hard? I wonder if it's really hard to get those licenses now that Disney owns Marvel.
Probably.
Yeah, probably.
Like Disney makes good games.
Who made the fucking Punisher game or movie like a long
The
ass
one
time
with
ago?
Mark Wahlberg
No,
or Matt Damon.
Wait, what?
no,
You're
no.
wrong on both of those.
Yeah, that's
Oh my
Max
God, who's the
Payne.
main guy?
Yeah, Mark Wahlberg's Max Payne.
Oh,
movie.
thank
Yeah.
you.
You're talking about the Punisher, the
Punisher.
Tom Jane one?
Yeah,
Ah, there you go.
yeah. That I like that movie. It's campy, but it's cool.
You talking about the old one or Warzone?
The one from like 2004.
Oh, okay, the old.
Warzone was garbage.
Like fucking the 2004 one has like bad ratings, but it's like it's got a special place in my heart. I like it.
Well, I thought the Tom Jane one, it had an R rating, which was good. And
Yeah.
it did have some campiness to it, but I felt like it rode the line just enough. Like there was enough R-rated violence to
Yeah.
offset the fact that this giant Russian that shows up looks like he's straight out of a comic book.
Yeah, and they're fucking like it was just I liked it. Like it's got a fucking 29% on Rotten Tomatoes, but I thought it was like it's fun. It's like and then my girlfriend, she had like never seen it, and then one day we watched it together, and she was like, "That was really fun. I like that movie." Yeah, she enjoyed it a lot. So
I wasn't allowed to see that one. Man, that guy looks so old school. The guy that plays the Punisher in that one, Thomas Jane, is that his name?
the movie, it was made in 2004. It feels like an early 90s, late
It
80s
looks like a
action
90s.
film.
Yeah.
Like
wow.
and John Travolta's in it.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean,
Saw that.
it's not the Dolph Lundgren Punisher movie from the 80s, but
No, no, it's
Wait,
yeah.
what?
There's
Is
there's
that
a
for real?
yeah.
it was made in what was it 89?
I don't even know where you
Yeah.
could. I've tried finding
Yeah,
it to
1989.
rewatch it because I saw it way back when video stores were a thing.
Yeah.
It's terrible.
You
Like
gotta-
the
you-
movie opens and closes on a camera going through a sewer, panning up to a naked Dolph Lundgren who's like meditating and glistening, and you're like, "Why are we seeing this?"
Don't remember that part.
That's how it starts and ends.
What you got against
You're
Dolph
being
Lundgren, Chief?
punished.
Yeah,
You know what's funny? That very same year, fucking the Batman movie that was like awesome with Jack Nicholson. That's they're
Which one was that?
it's not just called Batman.
Forever?
Is it Forever? It's the one with Jack Nicholson.
no, it's just Batman.
I think it's just Batman.
That one's
It's
just
Batman, Batman
Yeah,
Returns,
Forever was Val
Batman
Kilmer.
Forever, and Batman and Robin. Batman and Robin.
Everyone always calls it Batman 1989. So yeah, it's just called Batman.
Ah.
It's really strange because I come from a child. I mean, all three of us probably come from a childhood where the only Batman that was on like in theaters was the Christian Bale Batman until recently.
What about
Like-
fucking George Clooney, man?
Childhood. Yeah.
Yeah, when did that come out?
Fucking in the mid 90s, like
yeah.
when I was a little ass kid.
That was that was
Oh,
the
well, I
first.
didn't see that in theaters.
I used
Like
to
a-
see you
Yeah.
Yeah, fucking Arnold Schwarzenegger. I saw those in theaters. I loved it when I was a little kid, man.
97. Yeah, that's the one from our childhood.
So when I was 4.
Yeah.
I don't count that because I don't
Batman
remember
and
anything from when I was 4.
The
I
movie
did
is
see
so
it.
terrible.
It's so bad. It's not even campy good.
But I actually love all the ice puns.
Yeah.
For whatever
They're not
reason.
bad.
I'm like, I could actually use more ice puns.
Yeah. The ice puns. Ice puns are fun. The bat nipples were weird. And like the only person
Was that
who
the one
did,
with the bat credit card too?
yeah.
Yeah.
Oh God.
And the only one who didn't have nipples on their suit was the woman. Like,
Yeah. It's like, come on,
At least-
Schumacher.
At least they had that sense.
Go all
though.
the way.
Come on.
Can
though,
you
man.
imagine if they put fucking
Oh, the
nipples on the
backlash
female suits?
would have
Oh
been
my
crazy.
God.
But if it was on
Say the
everyone,
bat
it'd be like, I guess that's just the suit.
No,
The
dude.
Batlash.
That's what I thought you said.
Batlash.
Batlash. Nice.
You know what's funny though is in the promotional picture, it almost looks like she has a nipple on her suit. Like
she
on
might
the,
just-
on the.
It might have just been cold in there, dude.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, they're like fucking half-inch latex. Like, yeah.
Anyway, it's like it's
Half inch. Jesus.
It's yeah, dude. Have you seen how those fucking
For
like-
real?
Yeah, they're really thick.
Yeah.
The fucking superhero costumes.
We
Oh Lord.
In between shots, they have to have like fans and in like ice packs and shit on them.
and they can't turn their head. We interviewed Chris Casamassa, who is Scorpion in Mortal Kombat, 1995's Mortal Kombat movie.
Cool.
He did all the stunt work for George Clooney in Batman Forever.
Oh.
And so he told us a lot about how the suits worked, and yeah, it's like they had special suits for all the action, but
Sure.
they still like couldn't turn their heads.
Yeah, and they're like really hot, is what I've heard from everyone. They're like it's impossibly hot.
you gotta feel lucky for like Bane and like Tom Hardy Bane.
Just wearing
Oh,
a
yeah.
fucking big jacket.
Yeah.
in New York.
Yeah, exactly. Either that and like when he
Because
he
he's
was
a-
wearing the tank top.
A
thing.
tank top and a vest. Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. Like he was like he's sitting there. He's like, man, this is a nice day. And
Yeah,
Christian Bale's
Christian
sitting there in all.
Fuck. All black and the fucking the same rubber that's like really hot.
Yeah, exactly.
Although if you're telling me he wasn't sweating up a storm with this shit on his face,
Oh,
I
right.
guess. I mean, that's a lot better than sweating up an entire body
it
storm.
is true.
Yeah.
I mean, he's not wearing hockey pants.
How much water do you think they go through in those shots?
Oh God. I don't know.
Like,
If
Fucking
you-
gallons.
How much? Like, a real question. Like, I've heard Christian Bale is kind of a dick
Yeah.
on during movies. Like,
Yeah, there's like
how
a-
miserable of a person would he be after shooting for 8 hours in a rubber suit?
That's probably why he was
Well, I
so
don't-
irritable on that set.
I haven't even heard that he's
Yeah.
a dick. He kind of does the method thing.
Yeah,
and
he
so
gets
he's so
really into
deep
it.
into the thing that like anything sets him off. So I guess if he's fucking Batman and he's irritated.
Can we get another take? No.
fuck you.
I am fucking done with you professionally.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking of. There's that clip. Have you heard that clip where he just goes
Everybody's
off on
heard
this
that
from,
clip.
from Terminator Salvation, yeah.
I would play it, but we're like really almost out of time. Sadly.
Yeah. I mean, but is all right, I guess.
We got
could
2 minutes, so
yeah,
no.
it's like right there.
It's okay.
We've
That's
got a minute.
next week when we open the show. That'll be the song that plays is Christian Bale.
It'll be
going-
Christian Bale going off on a grip.
Yeah, exactly. Perfect.
Or just memorize the monologue, and then you come in and you berate us with it.
And you do it.
Damn it. Man, if I ever have to audition for you, Mike, that's gonna be my monologue.
That'd be great.
All right. So thank you again for Brian from Fordo Coffee for coming on for an interview.
Yeah, he was cool.
We want to say thank you for the developers behind Extinction, The Bunker, Castle of Heart, and Breaks Are for Losers.
Yep.
And for everyone here at the Kinda Gaming Show, Mike, Miguel, Connor, we want to say thank you and stay chaotic.
We love you.
Sayonara.